And here we are. Episode 24. Who's number 24 that you like, Leonard?
Didn't Kobe Bryant wear 24?
Never heard of it.
At least the second part of his career.
Yeah, wasn't he?
I know I'd rather talk about his father.
He was 8 for a while and then went to 24.
Yeah.
Put your shit down. You're like a fucking child. That was my napkin.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Forgive my voice tonight. I don't know what happened to it. It's I seem to have lost it. So
Brad asked, I grabbed Brad's napkin. I think it's actually his feminine napkin.
Wipe my pussy with? I use fucking flushable wipes. It's the only way to get your asshole clean. You guys don't use those?
no.
Why do you need your ass so clean we don't even rim or get rimmed, or do you? You're just a taker, aren't you?
Like a clean ass, Leonard. You know what happens when you have shit in your ass? You get fucking itchy ass. You probably have itchy ass all the time because you don't wipe properly.
No, actually, it usually doesn't have much, what do they call that, mucus. So it comes out in once. You should really, if you're wiping your ass excessively, your diet's a little off kilter.
Really? I don't. Just flushable wipe, a little dry wipe, good
Or-
to go.
Or you have OCD, don't know when to stop.
Yeah, right.
So there are only 3 of us tonight.
We have an invisible guest.
Yeah.
Christina.
We're going to have Synthol Mark back on one of these weeks. I reached out to him. He wants to come back on, but he's got a bad back, and he can't sit for a long period of time. So when his back gets better, he's going to come back on.
Maybe he'll come to the barbecue and get him laid. Talk about stage fright.
Maybe he'll come to the barbecue and I'll redeem myself because I heard he was pretty disgusted with me in more ways than
What do you
one.
think? Everybody's going to stand around and watch you bang a hooker?
It's pretty much par for the course. I got to go to my stage fright.
Getting back to shits. Is it true that if your shit consistently floats, you have a lot of methane gas?
I never heard of that.
No? I think if it floats, you have methane. Like you can light your farts on fire. You ever lit a fart on fire?
No.
Have you?
Yeah, you could do it.
You've done it.
Of course.
With who?
Myself.
Why?
Huh? You've never been sitting around and smoking everybody's smoking a joint. And you have to fart. You pick your legs up. You sit back and you fucking put the lighter there and you blow a fart.
No, man, I haven't done that.
Neither have I.
You've never seen that done?
Done? Have you?
Yeah.
This is getting interesting.
We used to do that shit all the time when we were kids.
Smoking a joint, lighting your farts.
Yeah, why not? Fuck around.
I gotta think of better ways to fuck around.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We know. How you feeling today, Leonard?
Well, let's just say I'm biting the bullet. And, if you want to be a freak, you got to deal with it. It's not fun and games. It's not comfortable. But
Do you like this fortune I got? Did you read it?
pretty much, sums it up.
Read it. Read it for the viewers,
I
or
made
the
some-
listeners.
Chinese food here. And a fortune cookie inside the fortune inside the cookie says to live your life in fear of losing it is to lose the point of life. So it just reiterates what I said. I went
That's
off
your
the
fucking
blood.
motto for
I
sure.
went off the blood thinners 2 weeks ago, and I'm feeling it for about a week.
You feeling like shit?
I feel like, I'm so fatigued. I just want to sit motionless. When I get up, I can feel the fatigue. But the funny thing is, I had some of the best strength all last week in my workouts. Once I actually take a pre-workout. But,
Well, how did you think the blood thinners actually affected your
all
workouts?
I know is I'm dramatically stronger. The weights felt much lighter. And it took about, a week for those blood thinners to get out of my system.
Is that bro science or real shit?
Well, you could just say it's
Beats me.
Blood thinners make you weaker?
it's from a self,
That's just because you're a stubborn asshole and you don't like listening to doctors.
No, I don't, because I think it's a misdiagnosis.
Yeah, but how bad can a blood thinner be, Leonard? If it's
Bad
gonna
enough.
if it's gonna keep you alive, would you
To
rather be alive?
lower your red blood cell count, which if your goal is to gain mass and you've got to feed the muscles with a high red blood cell count, Another thing I noticed that I'm drinking another gallon more water a day, so I'm up to 5 gallons now.
You don't need to drink
insane.
that much.
Well, I'm craving it.
You drink 5 gallons of water a day?
I am now. Oh, yeah.
Don't you think that might be your body telling you that there's something wrong?
It's saying that muscle is 75%.
Nobody needs
water.
to drink that much fucking
And that
water.
the fact is that my body wants to grow so much, it's turning on that. I don't know the specific name for the mechanism, but it's wanting to drink water. And I'm actually doing it for the past week and a half, particularly since I went off the blood thinners. That water count went up a gallon.
Well, before we get to other topics, which I'm sure everyone's already messaging us, wanting us to talk about, I'm going to read you something someone asked me to read to you. He doesn't want me to say his name, so I won't. Andrew, can you pass something along to Lenny, please? This may help his Ruby prep, and hopefully we'll have him research further into SARMs. Lenny said he is on multiple SARMs on top of his anabolic stack. SARMs have a very mild effect compared to the hard PEDs like Tren and Deca he is taking. Basically, Jesus, I sound like I haven't hit puberty yet. Basically, all Lenny is doing is wasting his receptors on the SARMs he is taking, as they bind very tightly to the androgen receptor and are probably taking up the receptors that his more useful steroids could use. On top of that, most SARMs are similar in nature, so taking multiple kinds won't give you much benefit over just taking one. In a nutshell, Lenny is wasting his stack with mild SARMs that bind tighter to the AR than his other stronger roids, and it's wasting his limited receptors in the body. Please tell him to at least research all of this.
I will research it, but to tell you the truth, I will quit those SARMs tonight. Because I got try to put size on until June 1st. I don't got much time. I'll quit them tonight. See, I don't know where SARMs would even be used for me at all, considering that I do bulking stacks and cutting stacks. I guess
SARMs is for what exactly?
Well, they hit the androgen receptor, and they don't. I mean, they hit the anabolic receptor, and they take away most of the androgenic side effects like body hair and quease sweating, prostate effects. Effects of the brain. The steroids basically go to every cell receptor in the body, and then what they do is I call them the supervisor. They say, "Hey, let's step things up." That's all they're doing is, you got to eat more
like
and
an
drink more
expediter.
water. Yeah, that's a good way of calling it. And SARMs hit specific areas of the muscle. So in effect, they're not for guys like me. Is what he's saying. And
why waste your money?
And when he's saying they're blocking the receptor, when I should be getting my Deca and my Equipoise and Test and Dianabol, which is what I'm taking now, I'm going to hold off on this.
How much shit can you possibly fucking take, and
why?
Why?
I did the research, see what the biggest guys take, and you got to do it. You got to see how the biggest guys lift. Guy my height, you got what kind of water are you drinking? What are you eating? You can't eat 4 ounces of a protein source per meal. I got to eat 12 to 16, 6 times a day, at least every 3 hours. It's just to repeat the process going over and over again. That's the best you can do. Are the variables that I can control.
I'm just looking at Lenny's shirt.
I know, isn't that fucking great? That face, I don't know. They did a great fucking job.
I can't even keep track of these Lenny and Christina shirts anymore. Who sent what?
I never wore this one yet, actually.
Is that the first time?
There should be something else coming soon. They've
Great.
been asking for.
They're lovely. When's Christina?
I don't know
coming
about the Christina shirts, but people have been messaging me. Where can we send stuff for?
Our elusiveness just is so.
It's like
more mysterious.
It's like a cat and mouse game for you to.
Yeah.
But if you did ever eventually meet her, it would ruin all of the mystique. That would be it.
I don't know. I don't think that's possible.
Well, if it gives you motivation to live longer.
It's not about living longer. It's the quality of life.
And you think...
Not being a suck up and a cookie cutter and a wimp, which I have. Everybody has. You have to look at your life and admit those times where, hey, you could have done a better outcome, and you control it. Everyone controls their life, believe it or not.
Of course.
People can beat you, they can cut you, but they can kill you, but they can't control you.
You're right about that.
Life boils down to the choices that you make.
Got to think it through and got to be a sane mind.
It's about timing too. Timing is fucking everything. Right place, right time. Right place, wrong time. Wrong place,
You make it the
wrong
right time. It's not happening by chance.
Well, see, most people are lazy nowadays. They want everything done for them.
Right.
They don't want to go out and do shit. Just want to sit back and plan their... Look at how Amazon's delivering fucking food now. You don't have to leave your house for shit. You don't have to leave your house now. Like, why would you be that fucking lazy? It's unbelievable.
Well, if you feel like...
Because they can sit at home and socialize on a computer or a phone. They don't want to go out and actually socialize with human beings in real life. They'd rather just do it over the phone and then sit in their fucking house and have no personality. It just
seems to me some people would go flipping nuts if they took away their social media and their phone.
Oh yeah, most people would. I remember the times when there was none of this shit.
Oh yeah,
we got along just fine, man. You just go out looking
went to
for
Dixie
people.
Highway.
Yeah, you just go looking for people to hang out with. You didn't give a shit. It was actually kind of nice. Like, sometimes when you shut your phone off or you don't have it for a few hours, it's actually kind of a relief.
There's definitely more people out on this walking around than there is now. That's for sure.
All you have to do to see that is travel to a region of the world where technology is not at a premium. Like I remember when I was in Boca Chica, Dominican Republic. All people wanted to do is hang out on the beach, drink beer, and play merengue and salsa music and dance. No cell phones, no big screen TVs, no high-speed internet. They just, as long as they had their music, their friends, their booze, and good food, all night, just out partying, hanging out.
Now you go out and everybody's you get 4 people at a table and everybody's staring at their fucking phone. It's sad, man.
Yeah.
It really is. There's no social skills.
But then again, I'll admit there's more times I'd rather look at the phone than look at a coworker.
That's true.
Hear their uselessness and their selfishness. So I was talking about with Andrew. People say, "Oh, happy birthday to you." It's because they want you to say something when it's their birthday.
Exactly.
Right. They want. Well, that's why a lot of people will do nice shit for people or whatever because they're expecting it in return. Just do it because you want to, not because you're expecting that, that back.
Stay out of other people's ways. Stay out of their space, their personal space.
Oh, happy belated birthday, by the way.
Yeah, I'm 18. Thank you.
You worked on your birthday, right?
Of course.
Of course.
All the cookie cutters notice they take off. People thought I was crazy because I have to put it on a bulletin board.
I was going to say that's what you should do.
April birthdays
call in.
on the bulletin board.
Last year my birthday fell on a day off, so I didn't have to deal with the balloons being tied to my desk chair and all that crap. And just,
Go in there and just fucking pop them.
Yeah. I know what awaits me in my job this week.
Yeah, it's a little much.
It's like, who cares? Nobody cares about you. They care about themselves.
Well, that goes back to what we were talking about before we started the podcast. I have this horrible boot on my leg now going on almost 2 weeks because I tore a calf muscle. And everywhere I go, well, not everywhere I go, but at my job, at the supermarket, if I'm out at a restaurant, people will commonly ask me, "Oh, what happened to your leg?" And I'll spend as little time as possible telling the story. I was out for a morning jog and I felt a pop in my lower leg and I knew I fucked something up. I keep it in 10 seconds or less. And then whoever I'm speaking to immediately seizes the opportunity. 12 years ago I was snowboarding and I tore this and I broke this and now I have 6 rods in my leg and to this day I still feel pain. And then 5 years later, the other leg, it's like, I didn't ask.
It's like, okay, does it make this any better for me? You fucking asshole. Oh, because yours was a worse injury. Now that's got to make me feel better about this injury.
The narcissism is off the charts. Like
ridiculous.
They seize it as an opportunity to talk about themselves. In reality, not giving a flying fuck what's wrong with me. They just want to talk about the injury that they had. I don't care.
It's like
I don't give a shit.
Almost one-upping you. Yeah.
Why don't they invite you over for dinner at their house, and then they can explain that story to you and give you some dinner? No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Take me out for a drink.
Like in the gym, I've seen many people come up and say the stupidest shit to me And if I didn't tell them off, they keep going. And then you see them at Publix or whatever.
And then if you tell them off, oh,
they don't
you're
even
an
want
asshole.
to look at you because they're in a hurry. But you come in the gym, it's their time to fuck off because they're not doing any lifting.
Yeah, they're there to fucking socialize. Go to
Yeah.
LA Fitness right now, around between 5 and 8 o'clock at night.
No
How you
thanks.
doing? Or the older said, how you doing?
Jesus
The
Christ.
fuck you think I'm doing? Can't even fucking breathe. Fucking idiot.
Look at me. How do you
We're out
think
there
I'm
lifting
doing?
6 plates for reps. You're coming over, and then you won't even give me the time of day in Publix. Turn your head because you're with your old lady.
I'm sure that's happened then, obviously.
Hundreds of times. Hundreds.
They won't talk to you anywhere outside of the gym.
No, right. They'll get right in your face.
Yeah.
With the exception of Sal. Here's an 80-year-old man that was pouring down rain in Publix.
Saul.
And he wanted to put my groceries and my bike with bungee cords in his little, I think he had a Toyota.
Yeah. Did he?
Yeah, and I said, no, Sal, I'm fine. I said, I do it all the time. He goes, I don't want you to get wet. Getting rained on because of that. 80-year-old man.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, that was unexpected. And even risk scratching up. It's like putting my bike in your car. You don't get through all that hassle, but he wanted to do it.
Yeah, people aren't like that anymore.
No.
No fucking chance.
Hang on a second here.
How is Saul doing, by the way?
Oh, you were here when we spoke to him last.
Yeah, but that was...
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's not well, man. He's old. Hey, I'd take 82. What is he, 82?
He's got to be older than that now.
I'd take 80, mid-80s. I'll take that.
Probably
if you told me right now I could live... I mean, it
86,
just depends
87.
on the quality of life, though.
Hey, if you're not doing GH and test and you're doing good at 82, that's doing good.
Yeah.
Now, for guys like us, barring accident or other wrongdoing, you should be able to live to 90 and 100 and still be jacked up.
Well, it's not...
You'd say to use a cookie cutter time.
The minute somebody's got to change my diaper or clean me, and then fucking... I want to be dead.
Well, get off your test and start going on a vegan diet. That'll happen sooner than you think if you make it that old. Because your brain deteriorates.
Be a vegan, yeah. You're fucking vegan. That's such bullshit, too.
Oh, my God.
But if that's what you like, whatever.
Well,
I mean,
it's a slow death. Depriving your brain of certain nutrients that it needs to function optimally.
Well, unless they supplement it with vitamins.
Not as good as food. Because there's still things in food science hasn't discovered yet.
I think either way, when it's your time, whether you're a vegan or not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where there's any proof of being a vegan will kill you sooner or later. I don't know.
Proof.
With these headphones on, I can actually hear the water going down Lenny's throat. He's got this gallon jug.
He wants. That's what Vera's piss sounds like going down his throat.
That was
Yeah,
nice,
happy
warm,
again.
and tasty. Didn't have that pungent smell either.
But anyway, veganism is like a fucking cult anyway. I don't care if you like. I don't give a shit if people are vegan. Just don't try to push that shit on me.
I don't give a shit if they're a fucking heroin using fentanyl, using
Right.
cookie cutter creep. Just don't get fucking my tax money, and like all of them seem to be doing.
Who, the rehabbers?
Oh yeah,
Drug addicts?
who's paying for it?
Well, the insurance pays for it now.
It's real smart. So it raises the rates of everybody else.
Well, it's a corrupt world we live in, Leonard.
No humanity.
Yeah.
1%, right? 1%.
I'm looking for a segue and a transition
Oh, to the main topic over the last
to
few
the
days.
shit I'm sure everybody's probably listening to this waiting for us to talk about.
What do we think of the whole
Oh
thing,
God.
Rob? Well, the guy should have done what Andrew said to do a couple weeks ago.
I've got such mixed feelings even talking about this shit with
Go away.
Rob and Johnny and the here's what I don't really get. We had Rob on the podcast a couple of months ago, right? And we had a bunch of questions that we asked him. And he was very agreeable. He was in a good mood. And correct me if I'm wrong, Brad, but if my memory serves me correctly, didn't you ask him are you autistic or do you have any mental problems?
If he suffers from any mental disabilities.
All right. So he didn't get triggered when you asked him that. He didn't lose his shit. He actually took the question in stride. He laughed. We had a good time with it. So why, when Johnny asked him that question during the live stream, did he
had some
get so triggered?
Bug up his ass for whatever reason. I don't know.
Johnny warned him. He said, I'm going to ask you some questions you might not like. This is what I do when I interview people.
And he was fine with it. So if you're fine with it, what? I mean,
and
the guy just lost his shit. He just snapped. He must need one of those shots that Jason gets every month, the Haldol shot, the antipsychotic. Because the man is he's either borderline personality disorder, schizophrenic, or, he's definitely unstable. I mean, you don't behave like that at that age. Like, what are you doing?
Handle it.
What the fuck are you doing?
With a phone call. Hey, Johnny, I didn't like that question you asked me. I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that again. Okay, I'm sorry.
Or take down that live stream.
That's
or
it.
Some shit, Don't share that live stream.
Right.
It's almost like he's... I don't know. I don't get it, man. It's very odd. But, he didn't know what he was getting himself into. We definitely know that.
Does anyone who unwittingly finds himself in this saga know what they're getting themselves into?
No, man, bullshit, though. It's ridiculous that, these people that just come out of nowhere and want to collab or do shit. Mm-hmm. Like, don't you... If you're going to collab with somebody... Any one of us, aren't you going to do your research on aren't you going to watch a couple of their videos just to kind of see what they're about or do a little bit of research before you just jump into some shit? I mean, What do you think, Leonard?
I think he's a cookie cutter. I think he needs to, like Christina used to say, grow up. Grow up, Araya, on Mystery Hunters. Or no, it's Andrew Port. Grow up. Rob, grow up. It's not something I would say, but something Christina would say. So that's from Christine. I'll speak on her behalf. Rob.
But even still, even if you're not even, getting involved with Jason or us or whoever, if you're going to be on social media, you got to have a little bit thicker skin, man.
Balls.
You're gonna get fucking criticized no matter what. No matter how nice of a person are you, no matter how cookie cutter, transparent, however you are, if you're like the most whatever the standard is, you're gonna get negative fucking comments and feedback. That's the way it is, man. Like, how can you let that shit bother you when you don't know any of these people that are making those fucking comments?
Even if it does bother him or anyone who's on social media, you can't let the trolls know it bothers you.
Right, because that's what they want.
Don't broadcast your disdain for the trolling that you're receiving, because then they're just going to do it even more.
Exactly.
They're going to know they're getting to you.
Rob, I take it when you came to this country and you entered the Michigan public school system.
Wasn't he born here? Or?
I don't know.
He might have been.
I don't remember.
I don't know what.
I hate to use the term bullied, but I don't know if you handle it the right way.
I don't know what is or isn't true with.
Yeah, he's totally full of shit. Most of the shit, knowing The Rock, please.
I never heard of her. How's that?
And who cares if you do know him? What's the fucking? And if you did know him, why wouldn't you have a picture of him with you somewhere? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, anytime he's ever been asked that question, he just dances around
because he's full of shit. It's like, just admit you were lying, But he's another Jason. He's a pathological fucking liar. But see, Jason's not even as bad as him, though. With this lashing out and being such a fucking lunatic. He's schizophrenic. He has to be. Multiple personality disorder, too. Whatever the fuck. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. You want to go and you get mad when you get trolled, but then you want to fucking give out the people at Lifetime Fitness's information.
Exactly.
You name names, point figures, give out numbers and shit. They get trolled. What, you don't think there's going to be some backlash?
I'm not telling you to do anything to them, but here's their information.
Yeah. What the fuck is that? Everybody sees right through that shit, man.
You can't do
You're
that.
You're going to troll. You're going to get fucking trolled, Go fuck yourself. Go crawl back under the rock you fucking came out from under. And
Yeah, that's
get
your
out
rock.
of here. Yeah.
You know the rock. The
Yeah.
rock you crawled under, you cookie cutter.
Yeah.
for
Crawl
the-
back under there.
Thanks for the shirt, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Enough of him. I can't stand that fucking guy.
Holy shit, Brad.
Nah, he's a fucking douchebag. Like what?
It's just
It's
his
entertaining though.
He just needs a
yeah.
little correction.
his journey is now complete in
Yeah.
the Genova-verse.
Now go away.
He came, he got pissed on. Now, the smartest thing you can do: delete your YouTube, delete your Instagram, change your phone number, take a nice 2-week vacation in the Cayman Islands or go down to Aruba. Shit, I have friends down there. I'll hook you up with them. They'll take good care of you. And just, that's it. It didn't work out for you.
Unplug, man.
It didn't work out, man. Disconnected, unplugged
Just
from this
go
stuff.
He came, he got pissed on. I'm going to get pissed on at the barbecue, and I'm going to get cum on, too.
Oh,
Thanks.
great.
That's
Yeah,
great.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's drowned in the piss. He handled himself so fucking badly. It's just ridiculous. Johnny Fitness did a fucking better job of that. I mean, he was an asshole, but at least he actually got what he wanted.
Johnny Fitton, yeah, he had a game plan and he executed it to perfection. He did.
Yeah,
I hate to say it.
It's sick.
He
That's piss.
yeah. Well,
No, he's a fucking
that led me to
conniving heap.
that led me to wonder what if a person ever either voluntarily or unwittingly finds himself engulfed in this Genova verse, misfit verse, whatever you want to call it, that we're a part of. What traits do you need to have in order to survive this shit? You got to have thick skin, right?
Oh yeah.
That's number one. Can you think of anything?
Look at all the shit that we take.
You got to have
Right.
goals to say, here's what I'm going to do no matter what.
You
Right.
got to tell the truth.
Yeah, that's it. When you start lying, they're gonna fucking find out, man. That's why you can't lie.
If the maniacs and witnesses and trolls, all of our followers, if they think you're lying about something, God help you. They will.
That's it.
That's a good point.
They'll pick up every rock, every stone, and look underneath it.
And rightly so.
To try to disprove you, and it
Right.
seems like that's what they're slowly
Yeah.
but surely doing.
Especially
with
if
the
you're
rock.
going to blatantly lie. Now, if you say, I don't want to answer that question or whatever, fine. Mm-hmm. But don't just outright fucking lie about shit. I mean, come on. Because you're going to get found out. Because that's what it gives them something to do.
Johnny Bravo's to find out. Johnny Bravo, one of his passions is investigative journalism. He lives for this shit. If he thinks someone's lying or misleading him, he loves to try to disprove them. And
I'd like to see him get a hold of that cookie cutter basketball player that said he had graffiti painted on his gate of his house in his Los Angeles
maybe
home.
Johnny can work on that next.
Yeah, and then found I wasn't there. The next day.
He'd probably also say he doesn't get hair transplants either.
Yep.
Oh, LeBron?
Yeah. Fucking just shave it
Yeah.
off. It's short. That drives me nuts whenever I see him playing.
He probably doesn't want to shave his head because they'd all say he's trying to be Michael Jordan.
That's true.
Michael
He wears
Jordan.
his number. Why are you wearing his
Michael
number?
Jordan was
yeah.
clean though, buddy. You're not.
What do you mean
Takes
clean?
one to know.
Clean how?
PED man.
You think LeBron's on juice?
Absolutely, of course, for many years.
All these athletes should be.
Well, basketball players can get away with it because the NBA Players Union doesn't test for that. Kobe, they're all on it.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Where it was on, yeah.
To be able to play that many games and that, you have to. Your body just.
I'm surprised
break
you
the
don't
fuck down if you're
you
not
don't
taking
hear about
something.
more pro athletes being hooked on painkillers. Wasn't Brett Favre was right at one
Yeah.
point?
Well, basketball players don't take a beating like that.
Well, I don't know. Remember when Alonzo Mourning suffered those kidney problems? Didn't he get a kidney transplant? I bet.
I don't remember if he got a transplant or not.
Alonzo was on the gear.
No, he didn't. But
He was extremely muscular.
I think all those kidney issues he was having was because of all the painkillers. Because he was having knee
Yeah.
issues.
When Brett Favre got hurt in college, that's when he became addicted to it.
I dropped a rubber band.
Well, what? A lot of them get the PTSD shit, like Junior Seau. Didn't he have that? That's why he fucking killed himself. And then he shot himself in the chest so they can examine his brain.
Well, he tried to kill himself earlier in his career. Remember, he drove his car off a cliff, and he survived it.
Oh.
Yeah, he tried to claim it was an accident. No, it was a suicide attempt.
Huh.
It wasn't PTSD. What's the name of that concussion disease all these NFL players get?
Oh, shit.
CET.
Yes. Causes depression, behavioral issues.
How many concussions did you have when you played?
I had one. Well, I had one playing pickup basketball. I got tripped at St. Irenaeus parking lot basketball court, and they had a steel pole, a thick steel pole like the thickness of a telephone pole that held up the backboard. And I tripped and went head first right into that pole, hit my forehead.
How old were you?
Straight on, probably about 10.
Yeah.
Got knocked out.
I had a severe concussion when I think I was around 10.
But does it cause us to act?
10,
I don't know.
I fell off my bike and landed straight on my head, and I didn't remember shit. They brought me to my house. My mother was asking me questions. I don't even remember. She said you were given.
Well, you look at 9 times out of 10, those professional football players that kill themselves. Number one, they were top name guys. They got the thrill, the high that you cannot. Nothing competes in the real world when at the packed stadium, and you're a top player. Number two, they had financial problems after they retired. Over 90% of those cases of suicides, both of those factors are involved. They were top name players, never got that acclaim again, and their finances went. And they said there was nothing to live for. What I got to look forward to.
Right.
People don't take that into account. That's why I feel a lot of those lawsuits.
Yeah, their
are
excitement.
unfounded.
Their excitement is gone. You know,
Yes,
they
and
have
they're in
no
financial
they
trouble.
don't know what to do with.
Well, 9 out of 10. Like Dan Marino currently, I think he lost quite $10 million through bad investments.
That happens too. Your best bet, man, when you get millions of dollars like that, buy a fucking couple franchises, like a fucking Dunkin' Donuts or a McDonald's, whatever's a franchise business that you know is not going to go out of business.
It also
buy
doesn't
a couple of those, man.
Doesn't help when you're having 3 or 4 kids with 3 or 4
true,
different
too.
women.
Yeah.
You know, half their salary goes to child support, even after they're playing.
Yeah.
But what's the average NFL career is what, 3 or 4 years?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're not making that much money on average. And
if you look at other careers, the rates of suicide are actually less, if not equal to, say, for instance, a mailman. If you look at it per,
Right. I have no idea.
So-
I've never looked at suicide statistics of mailmen. Well, maniacs, find out.
here, Lenny, I have a question for you.
Suicide statistics for every career.
Question for the podcast. This is from Grape Gorilla. What do you all think of these places like Starbucks and LA Fitness closing down for the day in order to do racial bias sensitivity training?
Pandering cookie cutter cunt cowards that exacerbate the problem because
I agree.
It's like the
Yeah.
policy the United States has. We don't negotiate with terrorists. Once you start bending to the average cookie cutter porch monkey piece of human filth, everyone and their brother is going to line up and do the same thing.
It's just a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
It's damage control and a publicity
Right.
stunt.
Yeah, I would say if I was a corporate head, I would say that's an isolated incident. These employees are getting going through another orientation, or they'll be terminated.
Well, for those who don't live in the United States and are listening to this, there was an incident. Where did this happen again?
I don't know.
Was
I
it
heard something about it, but
Boston? I'm not sure where it was. There was a Starbucks here, and there were 2 black men in the Starbucks, and they had been there for a while, but I don't think they had bought anything. They were waiting for a third person to come to have a business meeting, and the manager of the Starbucks asked them to leave because the manager claimed they were loitering. They hadn't bought anything. And I think they wouldn't leave. They said, we're waiting for somebody to come. We're going to have a business meeting. So the Starbucks manager called the police. And there's a video of it. Go on YouTube and look it up. Of them. The friend eventually showed up and filmed them being arrested. And they were held in jail, I think,
Well,
for
if you have
4
a private
hours.
business, you have the right to tell people. Just when I didn't leave the Point Beach Mall, they told me they could kick me out whatever I wanted. You have the right to do that. It's a private property.
well,
You
if you're
have the
not
right.
buying anything, you should leave.
But the
That's how I
company,
feel.
the business has a right to tell you to bar entry to anyone.
But don't a lot of people go to Starbucks and just set up a laptop and do work and all that
But
crap?
they usually buy a coffee or something.
Yeah, but you should have at least buy something. But
Yeah, you gotta buy.
that's what I used to do. I used to have always bought some crap when I used to use it at home, but I don't have to do it anymore because I got my phone thanks to Andrew Calora's wisdom. But if you don't like a black person, you should be able to tell them, we don't serve you. It's my business. That's simple.
Well, there are now, I think, a law was...
I don't want your dog in here. I don't want you.
But for them to close for the whole day, I mean, I don't care because I don't go to fucking Starbucks anyway. It's garbage, overpriced garbage.
Here's the opposite situation. In New York, a judge just ruled that a bar is allowed to throw a person out of their bar if they're wearing a Make America Great Again
I
hat.
saw that.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Why?
If you're a Trump supporter and you're wearing a Make America Great Again hat and you're a bar owner in New York, a judge said that's legal.
I agree with him. You could refuse service to anyone.
You're
Who's
right.
it hurt? It hurts you.
You're right.
How about this? There's a story in 1992 when I was picking up black street hookers in Delray. There was a hooker named Vanessa. She goes, I know this guy. He's $10 an hour. We can get a room. So we went there, and the guy's sitting there, older black guy, probably in his 70s.
What do you mean in the guy's house?
With he had a knocked on his front door, and it was like a hotel all around the house. And he was in there playing cards with his buddy. And he saw me. He looked and he said to me, he goes, I don't like the idea. I guess I ain't going to let a white guy in here because you attract too much attention. I don't know police coming here. And she says, come on, man. I know this guy, whatever. He goes, I don't like it, man. I don't like the idea. So, he goes, I'll do it this time. But I don't like it. And because she begged him to, what was I going to do? Go and complain about it? But the funny thing was, in my zest to get with that tan in that room, I locked my keys in the car. And when I came, I realized I saw him in the ignition. And I was telling the guy, hey, can you call the cops? I can open my door. He's like, no, I ain't calling no cops, man. He goes, you want them keys, you better break that window. I ain't getting no cops there. And then, of course, she begged him and pleaded with him again. She was really cute. Her name was Vanessa. She's hard to turn. So he called the cops. He brought the Slim Jim, and he asked, what are you doing there anyway? I was just seeing friends. It's like, whatever, but... Was I to complain about that? Because I don't rent to white guys.
That's so funny. He didn't want to draw attention to the police, and then he had
And then
to call
him. But you should have a right to refuse anybody.
Yeah. I say they need to refuse these people that bring their fucking dogs everywhere.
Sure.
I can't fucking stand that. I can't stand it.
That guy bringing the dog to the gym.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You're that much of an emotional fucking wreck that you need to bring your doggy everywhere. I have to bring my dog.
Yeah, because he gives me unconditional love.
What the fuck?
Yes.
What if somebody's allergic to your fucking dog and you're sitting right there? I don't care if the dog's behaved or what.
And the thing is, with Photoshop, you can easily make your own certificate now declaring your dog a service pet. I have a friend who does that.
And most places won't even ask.
Yeah,
you just
that's
walk in
right.
with your dog and they automatically think
That's
it's a
true. What are
service
they gonna
dog. No, I want to
quibble
see
about
a
that?
fucking legitimate paper saying that that's a service
That's
dog.
not a legitimate paper. You're right. Get that dog out of here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't give me
man.
that shit.
Leave your dog.
You're trampling on other people's rights.
Yeah.
And a business owner, again, should refuse that at his volition. Stop infringing on other people's rights.
Lenny, I have a question for you. It was maybe a week ago. Andrew Calora posted a video on Instagram, and he told the story that we have to have you elaborate on the 600-pound toilet breaker.
Oh, yes.
Do tell.
Well, Andrew was a security guard at Office Depot, I would say late 90s. And we went to the train together, and he said, this lady broke a toilet again. He goes, apparently she's broken them many times, half a dozen times or more. 600-pound black woman. So she's on the toilet, and all of a sudden, the thing will totally collapse under the weight to where she's sitting flat on her ass, bleeding sometimes with broken pieces of porcelain, shit, piss, whatever. And she's screaming and yelling for help. And some of the security guards got to get 5 or 6 of them. and pick her ass up. Or I think one time they had to call the paramedics. And they didn't fire her for that. She didn't lose an ounce of weight.
What do you mean? She worked there?
She was an employee there. He said her son would pick her up in one of those old,
throw her in the back of a pickup truck.
one of those porch monkey jalopies, like a big old Chevy.
I say, how the fuck does she fit in a regular car?
Right.
Even
He said
because
being fat, she could, crawl, move in. It's more flexible because it's nothing but fat. Shift herself and stuff her into this car. I think her son helped her. The car went down all the way. We're almost dragging the back bumpers, dragging on the road. Pick her up. She had no qualms about it. It was like they had to do that. Pick her fat ass off the ground. And not once did they tell her, oh, maybe you need to lose some weight or you can't work here or this and that. No, her fat ass keep breaking toilets over and over. And that was okay.
How good of a worker can a 600-pound person
That's
be?
what I'm saying.
What did she do there? What was her job?
Maybe secretarial work. I'm not sure. But
She,
at a desk. Obviously, she wasn't doing any type of moving around.
sales, yeah.
But they had to pick her fat ass up.
That's fucking gross.
Bleeding.
How embarrassing, too. Like,
It didn't seem to affect. It was like, whatever.
It's like you got no shame either. I'm surprised you don't break toilets how big you are. You ever broken a toilet?
I broke a sink trying to get off a toilet.
I remember you told that story.
But when I was 450, I was traveling wiping my ass, so I'd have to shit and then run in the shower and wash down like that. But it's getting pretty rough. But of course, I was 450 of solid muscle. This fat person can turn around.
Solid
My
muscle.
back was like a fucking brick wall.
I saw that video of you guys doing that. Andrew doing the max bench. You were fucking fat.
Bullshit, that was hard as a rock.
You were big, but you had some fat on you.
I had some water retention, some fat, but
Yeah.
I was holding a hell of a lot of muscle.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I was a freak.
You're fat. You're talking about fat like cellulite fat.
Mushy, gushy pillow
Yeah.
fat. Which
They
was
they actually have a fucking reality show about that. About people that are that obese that don't leave their house. They're like,
My 600-pound life, is
I
that
think-
it?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I told you about
what
this.
the fuck, man?
I don't know if I told
How
the
about a
maniacs
bullet right
this,
in your head?
about the woman that they had to cut her part of her house open down in Lake Worth down the road, and they took her to JFK. She was stuck in a couch. She was shitting into the couch, and people were bringing her food, and the couch was stuck to her ass, and she would just literally shit into it. And they had the fire department had to break the wall down, take her in. They had to cut this couch off her ass. Could you imagine? About the worst case ever.
How many calories does a person have to consume and then not burn to get
Yeah, I think the
that
key is
fat?
not burning, not moving.
I mean-
again, she didn't even get up off the
They must
couch.
be sitting there watching.
Yeah.
television
People were
all day.
bringing them food,
Fuck
bringing
that.
it to them.
No. You want food? Go get
Bringing
it
it
yourself.
to 'em.
Yeah. You're
Just
enablers. You're idiots.
Right. Enablers.
Instead of bringing them
things.
food, bring them a fucking bullet. I mean,
Yeah.
you might as well. You're killing them anyway. Just fucking shoot them in the head. Get it over with.
Yeah.
How could you let yourself get that big?
I don't know.
Well, like you
How
said,
the fuck, man?
enablers.
You know how you gain a little weight, you feel it. You don't eat as much for a few days and you lose it, or you don't drink it, whatever. But to get to that point where you're like past the point of no return, like you see it, some people, like damn, if you see it with some women, if they lost 30 pounds, they'd be fucking, they'd look good, but they just can't.
It's actually pretty simple.
It is simple, but that's called self-control, willpower, whatever
Right,
the
right,
fuck.
right.
It's mind over matter. You don't have to eat that box of fucking donuts. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, how hard is that? No, I know that's, going to make me fat. And unless you want to be fat. And if you're not exercising, you can't be eating like that. It's so simple. These people, like I said, they get past the point of no return, and then it's just once you're 100 pounds overweight, there's like it's very hard to get back. What are you doing?
Where's he going?
You
Water
fill up your
and
water?
piss again. I just drank a gallon.
Yeah.
This is for Brad or Andrew. Brad, on one of your live feeds, you were asked, What would you be doing if you could do anything you wanted, career-wise? Same question for me. I would have gone to medical school if I can turn back the clock and do everything all over again. My father's father went. My father went, and I did not follow in his footsteps, and I regret it very much. That's what I would have done. I would have become a pathologist.
I don't know, man. That's a good question. I didn't know how to answer it on the live feed either. I really don't. I don't know.
It's a no-brainer for me. As a matter of fact, after I got my BA, at least he's
it's
pissing.
like a fucking cow.
Oh, Lenny, you're gonna get prostate cancer. You're urinating
you better
standing
sit down.
up. You better sit down. You might get prostate cancer.
It's like a cow pissing on a flat rock.
Where the fuck did Hamburg? I love you, but
Some people confirm that, man. They message me, "Oh, it's true. It's true."
It's.
Where did they do that fucking study? I don't know what I would have done differently, or what if I could do a career change. I mean, I can't. I like what I do. It pays well. You get good benefits.
Mm-hmm.
But if I didn't have kids, I think I'd go to California and grow pot.
Lenny, can you feel the prostate cancer growing inside you?
No, it's just I'm craving water. I'm growing. When you're sluggish and you're stiff, you're growing. And you grow when you're sleeping. My body is just wanting to grow.
How many hours a day do you sleep?
Sometimes 6, sometimes 9, depends. Days of work, probably 6 or 7.
6 and 9, is that a Freudian slip?
Yeah. Can't remember the last time I did it. In a traditional 69.
I think I can remember the last time you did. Well, not traditional, but I can. Yeah. All I have to do is go on Pornhub, and I can see the last time you did it.
Let's not go down that road. That shirt does kill me, though. His hair in that fucking shirt is too funny. Yeah, I sleep like 5 or 6 hours. I wish I could sleep more. I probably could. I just got to put myself to bed earlier.
Sleep when you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Arnold said.
But even when I have a day off, man, at 5 o'clock, my fucking body, I just get up and I gotta take a shit. I'll go back to sleep, but it takes a few minutes.
Is your girl toss and turn?
No. She's a good sleeper. No issues there. Plus, we have a king-size bed. So
that's a Freudian slip.
We got plenty of room.
When you're there, she does nothing but sleep.
Lenny,
she's a good sleeper, you idiot.
Do you want a tough question, Lenny?
There's no tough questions.
All right, then here we go. Myron Ryan, can you ask Lenny why he kisses people's ass in person, then the minute they turn their backs, he talks shit about them?
I just derive pleasure in it. I like knowing that I can perk people up. Good diplomatic skills. By the way, hats off to Donald Trump for ending the Korean War.
Wasn't Bernie Sanders saying he's going to start a nuclear war with Korea, right?
From what I understand, they communicated to Kim Jong-un, say, hey, man, what do you want to do? You could be a hero to the people in the world.
I think
we'll help you out a little bit. Or do you want to become a parking lot? He goes, think about it.
I think Kim Jong-un realized that he's crazier than him. So he's like, maybe I shouldn't fuck with this one.
Yeah.
Sanctions work. There you go.
No, he's helping him out. He talks some sense, a fatherly sense into him. And remember, Kim Jong-un's very paranoid. There's people out to get him over there. So.
Just like Big Rob.
Yeah. What did the North Koreans ever do to the United States? Nothing.
They're cutting his wires.
Well, what did we do to them?
We came to the defense of South Korea back in the 50s. We never did anything to them.
Never did anything to North Korea.
There's a lot of... See, when you don't communicate, a lot of mistrust goes on. Once you sit down and be diplomatic, although that didn't work with Hitler. He had guys come over, wine and dine him, Neville Chamberlain, sign a peace treaty, and then a month later declare war.
What's the other, next question?
I don't
want to
know.
keep talking about Hitler. Then we'll get fucking banned from iTunes too.
He's already gotten too much good publicity from this podcast alone.
Yeah, he had the right idea of wiping out a race, just not the right one.
Oh, I saw a shirt somebody sent me on Instagram. Pol Pot, Ho Chi Minh, Hitler, Stalin, Idi Amin, Fidel Castro. It said they all believed in gun control.
Gun control will never work. You can't because it's. What are you going to do?
Doesn't work for the average man.
What are you going to do?
The average citizen. It's
you can't get rid of all the guns, and if you do the buyback or you try to get rid of all of them, then who's going to have them? The bad guys, and then the good guys can't defend themselves. So what the fuck is the? I mean, come on. There's really no solution to that shit.
all the buyback does
There's
is
so many. There's more
right.
guns out there.
people
than
sell their
people.
guns that don't work. They're
The
defective.
shit's never going to end.
No.
You just hope that the next mass shooting, because there's going to be another one, you hope somebody's there that has a concealed weapon that will actually fire it and fucking,
Yes.
stop.
Well, there was one in Parkland, but the coward cop didn't use his gun.
Went and hid.
I think they need to be people, if you're going to go, they should do stricter background checks. I don't think you don't need assault weapons. I mean, it's
You can still buy a gun on the black market.
true. I mean, you're going to get it. If you really want it, you're going
Right.
to get it. But you can't make it that easy. You got to make it a little bit tougher. That kid, how old was he? He just walked in there and bought a fucking AR-15 for $1,000. Like, the fucking gun shop owner should be held a little bit accountable for that too. It's never going to end.
Yeah,
No.
it's
And then the media sensationalizes these
Yeah.
fucks. So then the next person's like, "Oh, look at
Guess
that
what?
kid's
That's-
famous now. Now that kid's got bitches writing him letters
I
in
saw-
jail
I
wanting to
saw
marry
that.
him and shit. Like, you fucking kidding me?
Is he being tortured? No. Is he being fed? Yes. He's been given counseling.
He
He's
shouldn't have
getting
been.
health care.
He shouldn't even been thrown in jail. They should have just killed him on the spot. I mean,
Yeah.
that's it. Done.
That's how you perpetuate the problem. And again, we talked about it earlier, enablers
Right.
and everything. People enabling. Just like, there's an enabler. When you're in the gym and people say, go lighter, don't strain it, you're enabling to be a coward. You got to push through it. Guys should be saying, put some more weight on there, which they did back in the day.
It's sick, man. But
It's piss.
yeah.
Oh, God, Lenny.
You fucking dick.
So next week we're having Lou back on. That's confirmed.
Is he going to wear his Rolexes and his
He
cookie cutter jewelry
he needs to bring that down.
and his
a
rap
notch.
music? He's turned into a wigger.
You know what?
That's called midlife crisis.
When you do shit like that, post pictures on Instagram and social media of your wealth, watches and wads of cash, that is the fastest way to get your ass robbed leaving the house. That happens to people, These stupid wannabe gangsters will post a picture on Instagram of a wad of cash, and then 3 hours later, masked gunmen are breaking into their house because they see the pictures on Instagram.
Yeah, how stupid.
It's the stupidest thing you can do.
Why would you draw that attention?
What's
to
a
yourself?
wad of cash anyway but nothing? Remember, maniacs, materialism doesn't mean shit.
The wealthiest people I've ever known walk around in flip-flops and shorts and are very unassuming looking. They don't want anyone to know they have all this money. It's the people who don't have it who want to flaunt it
Yeah,
as much
Warren
as
Buffett
possible.
with a beat-up car.
Right.
You're got Mark Zuckerberg. Isn't he one that used to wear flip-flops and jeans like a fucking
Yeah.
ass?
Well, it's character, toughness. Those are the qualities that can't be stolen. that are really admirable in life.
Well, the people that it's fun, the ones that have to flash all their shit, because
Cookie cutters.
It's just.
Isn't that what Lopez told Scarface?
Yeah.
Right.
Just like North Korea with their
your own supply.
parade of weapons with
Or
empty
what?
shells, all nice and gleaming. The tanks and the
Or it reminds
missiles with nothing in them.
Reminds me of in Goodfellas after they do that heist. And Maury, the wig guy,
shows
goes
up with the
buys
Cadillac.
fucking- His wife's wearing a fur coat.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's right.
I tell you, you
Yep.
fucking
That was
moron.
great.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
It's like me. I'm on a bike. They'd never know my wealth.
No. And what's the difference?
Exactly.
Is it going to make you a better person? Listen, if you're an asshole, if you get money or you get rich, you're just going to be a bigger asshole. If you're a
And
you're a nice guy and you get money, you're just going
And
to
you
be a
get
nicer
lazy
fucking
and
guy.
soft.
All
Look
it
at
does
all
is-
the fighters that get money.
I think it depends how you acquire the money.
Nah, that's true. That's true.
If
If
you
it's
wor-
just given to you,
If you work hard for it and you earn it on your own and you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, I think you're going to tend to be a lot more humble and down to earth.
absolutely.
Then I think of a place like where I work, people who inherited it or didn't have to work a day in their life for it. Those are the
They
ones.
don't know the value of it.
They're the ones that usually end
So-
up crash on the side of the road. They have a little memorial by them.
I mean,
Like you were
when I
saying.
used to, I think I said this on the last podcast, not the job I'm at now, but the country club I used to work at previously, where the median age for membership was about, I'd say 45. So you had a lot of families with like 15 and 16-year-old kids. And I would
That's where
see,
I work too, right?
Yeah, same
Yeah.
place.
Oh yeah, I remember
And
that fucking place.
You would see these 16-year-old little pricks driving around in
Lexus.
$75,000 cars, BMWs, Mercedes, Bentleys. Just, here you go. Here are the keys. Enjoy. Those are the ones who grow up and break everybody else's balls with their money when they go out to eat or whatever.
Yeah, it's funny because
Make everyone else's
I
life
worked
miserable.
there for a couple of years too before I worked at the post office. I worked in the golf. I cleaned clubs and whatever, did the carts and all that shit. And I remember them kids coming out there, and it's funny. They get their new fucking car. Oh yeah, let's see whatever. Oh
Mhm.
great BMW. 2 weeks later, it's fucking filthy. The rims are all
Yeah.
like, dude, what? You got a brand new fucking car. They don't even take care of their shit. That used to drive me nuts when you see like a woman, a nice looking woman, she's never lifted a finger in her life, a rich husband driving around a nice car with dirty fucking rims and the car's filthy. Like, you could just tell they don't appreciate
Mhm.
anything they fucking have. It's ridiculous.
Because they didn't have to work hard for the
Exactly.
money to get
They
it.
didn't have to earn it. If you don't have to earn it, it's just, you definitely take it for granted.
But if you're doing shout-outs all day for $5, like Jason...
Yeah, he's working for that money. What the fuck is that all about, man?
You know the answer to that.
Because he got his AdSense fucked with.
I don't think anyone knew about that until just now.
Oh, well. Somebody hacked his shit and turned his AdSense off. So he got fucked out of a month of YouTube money.
Yeah.
So now he's got to fucking... He called me to... Did you see what he said today? That I'm the best break dancer?
Oh, that was... Did you see that, Lenny?
No.
Here, Brad, why don't you do the worm across my living room and show me?
He meant to say ball breaker, but he said break dancer.
Brad, you're the best, but you're the best break dancer there is.
Where did that come from? I'm
That
white. I don't even dance.
that's the
Fucking break
that's the
dance.
Jason Genova.
Good to hear
people,
that.
Yeah. It was fucking funny. I'm like, what did he just say?
That's when Jason's at his best. When he
$5, $20, $15, $10, whatever. Just give me whatever.
Oh, that-
I'll give
yeah.
you he went,
birthday, graduation,
whatever.
wedding, marriage. I'll shout you. Hey,
Burn down the local church.
people are obviously paying him. I mean, he wouldn't be doing all that shit for free. Could you imagine if you lived like in the UK or Australia or something? Would you pay Jason for a
I
shout
don't
out?
understand why these people even watch.
Yeah, here's a better question. Imagine if the three of us or any of us lived in... Oh, you're watching it.
Go ahead.
Could you imagine if some guys, say in the UK or Australia or wherever, South America, had a YouTube channel a group of 7 or 8 or 9 guys in the gym following them, the way of some of our viewers do. I don't know.
Nothing surprises me anymore. But remember, like I was telling Brad.
Yeah, but if you see, if you see some of the reality television shows that are on TV nowadays, dude, it's bad. Like 2 minutes in, she watches those housewife shows, all that shit. Dude, I want to jump in the screen and just kill everybody on those shows. It's like, all right, this is going off. Watch that in the other room. I sit there and watch it just to see how bad it's so scripted. It is awful. It's awful. The only thing, and all the guys in these shows are fucking half of fags. They're all fucking fags.
Sensitive, yeah, all the same.
Yeah.
Brainwashing. There's a lot of that too.
It's ridiculous, and these women sit around and watch these shows.
Make
That's why
no
there's
mistake.
so many of them.
There's bad intentions on those shows.
Well, fuck yeah. Well, because they, look at the new purse I got. Oh, look at the new shoes I got. Guess what? Men don't give a fuck what kind of shoes you wear or what kind of bag you're carrying. I can't tell between a Chanel fucking $5,000 bag and a Walmart $12 fucking bag.
They're not doing it for men.
Exactly.
Down
They're
here in
doing
South
it for
Florida,
each other.
What is the point? They're a dime a dozen.
Exactly.
Dime a dozen down here, those cars. What is the point?
I thought you meant women.
Yes, so did I.
They're a dime a dozen too down here.
True, of course.
But they buy all this fancy shit and get all dolled up for other women. It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, that's like guys who work their asses off to get a 6-pack of abs. They're not doing it to impress chicks. They're doing it so they can pull, like that one asshole in the gym we see in the morning. There's this guy who goes to the Boca LA Fitness in the morning, and
he's a cuck.
What he'll do is when he knows there are other guys around in a part of the gym he's in, he'll look around and he'll make sure people are looking at him, and he'll pull up his shirt and sort of pretend to pat his face, so and wipe the sweat off his face so he can make sure all the other guys in the area can see his abs. Right. That's why guys try to get abs for other men.
He wants to see abs. I'll show him in 3 months.
Women don't give
I'm
a
the
shit.
Tom Platz of abs. I'll put him to shame.
Women don't give a shit about abs. They care about the size of your dick and the size of your wallet.
Exactly.
Not your abs.
Exactly. And if you can make them orgasm.
You speaking from personal experience, Brad?
We all are. But it's funny you say that because Jay Masters, I don't know if I got it on a Snapchat or what. There was a guy, I don't think I did actually, there was a guy showing us his abs. Mm-hmm. And Jay's like, you fucking gay? He's like, what are you? He's like, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know. He ripped into the guy pretty good. And he goes, oh, he just like walked away. Jay's like, women don't care about abs. They don't want your stomach to be smaller than theirs. Then you'll give them a complex, which is right.
Yeah, absolutely.
They want you to be fat and happy, so no other chick will want to fuck you.
Correct.
They don't want you to be fit like that.
Well, that's why if you're in a relationship and you all of a sudden start going to the gym a lot, they'll suspect that something's up. Who are you trying to look good for?
Right.
Why you want to go to the gym?
They're right. I hate to say it.
No, we go to the gym because it makes us feel good.
Speak for yourself, Brad.
Well, actually, you don't.
I go to the gym to break down fibers.
And that makes you feel good. Getting bigger makes you feel good, doesn't it? Don't start trying to twist words.
I don't like the term "feel good."
Oh, okay. Just like you don't like the word "cool" when you said it like 6 times last week.
Yeah, from hanging around cookie cutters too much.
Oh, blame it on us.
I'm not blaming you. Is that a Freudian slip?
Going to the gym enables Lenny to maintain his freak status. I think that's
I'm there to tear down fibers.
Yeah, you don't give a shit. It's funny, too, because you'll see these people in the gym. Like, all these assholes always make fun that I wear my fucking mailman shorts to the gym. Like, I give a fuck. We're not going to a fashion show. We're going to work out. There's guys, you see them in the gym, that they have their shirt, their pants, and their shoes all
What's
matching.
with the tights?
Matching.
What's with those tights?
There's so many tights now. What the fuck
It's fucking
is that?
hot,
Really?
number one. You can't fucking breathe.
Dude, there was a guy the other day wearing his
tights or pantyhose. I wore them once as a joke.
It looked like he was wearing boxer briefs, but there was those, the guys that ride the bicycles.
Women wear tights.
Biker shorts.
Yeah, spandex biker shorts.
Fucking
This motherfucker.
douche.
Men are not anatomically
Women wear
designed.
tights.
What are you doing?
Because when you wear tights, it makes your dick compress in your balls.
Well, it's like I said, if you watch any NBA playoff game, and
I don't.
4 out of 5 players wear these tights now underneath their shorts. Go back to the 80s and 90s. I don't even think those were permitted.
No,
I don't
wore
think.
the high shorts.
I think those were a uniform violation.
Last time I watched basketball was the 80s. I didn't even watch it in the 90s. I was a Philadelphia 76ers fan. Moses Malone, Norm Nixon, Julius Erving. They won the title that year, period. Then that stopped.
It's a different game now, too. Well, not really, but...
It's a fucking...
The rules have changed a lot.
The last fucking 30 seconds of a basketball game lasts like an hour sometimes. It's like, what the fuck?
Let me tell you
What
something,
was going
maniacs.
on?
You want to waste your life? Watch a basketball game. Or any sport overly for that matter.
That's your opinion.
No, that's
You
a
only
fact.
You only like football.
No, I only watch one game a week. Usually the Sunday night game because I'm working. I watch no college, mostly because of my work schedule. But Sunday night NFL is the only thing I watch.
That's fine. That's what you're into. That's
It's not what
like.
I'm into. It's just
Some people
that's
like
an
soccer.
appropriate.
Some people like volleyball.
Well, there's some people like to waste their
lacrosse.
life.
That's.
Let me tell you something, Maniacs. If you want to be successful in anything,
I think
you gotta
wasting your
pour
life
yourself-
is sleeping all fucking day. Your whole day off sleeping.
I can
all day.
name
That's a
100
waste.
benefits of sleeping right off the top of my head.
It's a fucking waste.
100. Sleeping's a waste. Releasing GH, recuperating,
You
making
don't need
yourself.
to sleep for 24 hours, Leonard.
Who does?
You do.
I sleep 8, you moron.
You sleep all day Monday. I woke you up at
All
5
day I
o'clock
ate
today.
and went back to sleep because I'm
Right.
growing.
Okay, so you got up to eat. And take
I
a
can
shit.
think of 100 benefits of sleeping. I can't think of much watching an NBA game. Less than 1 or 2, and that's given, it's being very generous.
The playoffs are entertaining to watch.
Watch a bunch of fucking porch monkeys and white freaks running around throwing a ball. It's insane. To me, that's like P.T. Barnum, a sucker's born every minute. I'd rather go to the circus. That's more entertaining.
Yeah, circus is fun.
Better than a fucking circus of porch monkeys
You know what
exclusively.
The Cirque du Soleil
Throwing
shows
a
are
ball
great.
through a fucking hoop. Never been there. How's Dale Chance doing physically and mentally? Has anybody had an update?
He's been pretty quiet on
I haven't
Instagram.
seen him post shit. He messaged me the other day. He wants us to make some shirts.
What are you, quiet now, Dale? Like a mouse, like a church
That's our
mouse?
guest today, Dale.
Yeah.
You can be Dale today, Leonard. Hey, Dale, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Been in the doctor's appointments and going through a lot of rehab. Cornelia said I got a good chance of coming back.
You sound like Bubba from Forrest Gump. Fried
Well,
shrimp,
thank you, Andrew.
grilled shrimp, fried shrimp, barbecue shrimp. That's who you sound like.
I'm going to actually try to do some hunting once I get the okay from the doctor, of course. Other than that, I'm just...
How much strength does it take to pull the trigger of a gun?
Wow.
I mean, isn't that what?
I'm not going.
You're just mocking him.
I'm not
Okay,
going to
never
do.
mind,
I'm
never
not
mind.
going to do Lenny like that.
I thought Dale actually said that.
Well, I'm going to go back to my chewing tobacco and listen to some country music. I don't know if I ever go back on stage, but it's up to my doctors. Basically, I don't have the balls to think for myself like Big Lenny.
They loved when you did his impression last week, by the way.
Is that right?
Any other good questions to answer?
I was going through them, but I
Normal bullshit.
yeah.
You want some?
No, thank you.
It's CBD oil. It's non-psychoactive.
Never heard of it.
It's good for inflammation, whatever.
I'll bet. How about some DMT that Dorian talked about?
I know, man. We need to get our hands on some of that shit.
Who's we?
Me and Leonard.
I'll stay sober and babysit you guys.
You'll be filming.
Yeah.
I'd want you to film it just to see how fucking out of our mind we get.
What's it called?
DMT. Don't they get that in Brazil?
I don't know.
I think in the rainforest it's grown there.
Grown?
I don't know exactly how they do it, what compound it is, they smoke it or whatever. But
I don't know enough about it. I have to look it up. We'll definitely research it before we do it, but something we should try.
When's Dylan Gemelli coming on?
I don't know. He said he'll message me when he's down here.
Good. It's a walking encyclopedia on performance enhancement.
Is he really?
Yeah, he covers everything thoroughly.
No shit. How
Sure.
come his YouTube channel got deleted?
Who knows?
So did Sox.
A lot of people reached out to me and told us to stay away from him.
No shit.
Well, any particular reason why?
Scam artist, bullshitter.
Really?
And he puts forth factual information. To me, if you get deleted, it's almost a badge of honor and that you know what you're talking about. Did they delete that porch monkey Cali Muscle?
I don't get it, man.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't get it. Well, he doesn't. What does he do that's that bad?
What did other guys do that's so bad other than educate?
Censorship, Leonard. YouTube has their own rules, whatever the fuck they are. If you don't agree to their terms,
that's scary.
Whatever their terms are, there's nothing in. We talked about that.
And how people can sit back and allow it to happen. When this country went to war over a 3% tax increase from the British back in the 1700s, we went to war over that, over like a 1 or 2% tax rate. Now what is it, 30?
Yeah, imagine that.
People are going to censor you. This is the United States. Freedom of speech. You don't censor nothing. Anyone that talks censorship needs to be destroyed.
I agree.
Who censors all the totalitarian governments over history?
You know what the censorship is? Everybody has the power of censorship. Turn off your fucking radio.
There you go.
Turn off your phone. Turn off your television or change
and
channel.
it goes back to individual
There's your
rights.
own. Yeah, exactly. If you don't like what you're hearing or what you're seeing, turn it the fuck off.
That's what Andrew Calora said, yeah.
That's it. It's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It takes more effort to complain about what you're watching than it does to just turn it off.
Exactly. Change the fucking shit. I don't watch shit on YouTube unless somebody sends me a video, which I've gotten a few the last few days, thanks, Johnny, that I didn't even want to fucking watch. I get through like 3 minutes of this shit and I got to turn it off. You know, but other than that, I'm not watching shit. If I don't like it, I'm not going to watch it. Cali Muscle, I've never seen one of his full videos. I've seen bits and pieces of a few. Mm-hmm. But I would never sit there and watch an entire fucking video.
And you could put anything.
But I don't care. I'm not saying he's got to be deleted off. Or he's got to go. I just don't watch it.
You can put anything online as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Why shouldn't you be
anything?
Able to? Gives a fuck. I deleted that post I had last week because you said porch monkey.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's some weak-minded individuals out there. Whoever did that, you're a disgrace to your human filth. Is what you are. You're human filth.
But you were showing me pictures of that chick Chris trains and the pictures that she's allowed to post of herself. Those don't get deleted.
All right.
What were they?
I'll show you.
I'll show you.
But there's all kinds of shit on Snapchat, Instagram, where, dude, please. There's X-rated shit everywhere. But, you say one, oh my God, he said porch monkey, oh my God. What if somebody calls me a cracker? You think I give a shit? Or a Mick? Or a fucking, Jew, Hebe? You don't care. You're a fucking Polak. What do you give a shit? Who cares? Fucking cares?
I never... Oh my God. Not even when I was 5 years old would that bother me.
Right.
I didn't like be calling buck teeth and whatever before I got braces. My head grew, but that hurt me as a kid, but it made me better.
Right. Bullying does,
There's no such thing as bullying.
If
you're bullied, you're letting it happen. Even if there's 10 kids coming at you, guess what? You use lethal force. You bust their eyes. You bust their nose. You pick up an object. You gouge their eye out. You have the right. If you're getting beat 10-on-1, you do it. You rip the kid's eyes out.
No rules.
That'll stop.
Yeah. Well, now it's online bullying because nobody will do shit face to face anymore.
Who the hell would be bothered by that? Turn off your phone.
Exactly. That's my point.
That's
if you don't like it, turn it the fuck off. Don't let that person follow you or don't follow them. And goodbye.
So I always laugh when you see two celebrities or pro athletes or fighters involved in a Twitter war.
Oh, God.
Like when Conor McGregor and Khabib, unless they're just being told to by the UFC to hype up a fight.
Probably.
But like when you see two UFC fighters having a Twitter war. Come on.
Yeah, give me a fucking break.
Jesus.
Or even, that.
Two athletes, two NBA players or whatever. Two rappers.
Who gives a shit?
Just
why would you report anybody's shit? Just let it be. Who cares? Oh, I don't like what he said. You can't have that in this country. What do you mean? You can't speak your mind? You can't say what you feel?
Yes, you can, and you better be able to have that in this country.
It's fucking ridiculous, man. Hypocrites.
Freedom of speech in the Constitution only applies to the government. It does not apply to your workplace. It does not apply to any private company. The constitutional right to freedom of speech does not protect you against any private entity. It only protects you from the government. So if Instagram doesn't like something you're saying, like it or not, they have the right to censor it.
I guess that's true.
Yeah,
it is true. Instagram could go fuck themselves.
What I don't get is their method of censoring shit. It just seems very arbitrary, and
that's the thing. There's no like clear and cut rules, guidelines saying, you can't post this, you can't post that. It's just like you're supposed to just know.
Yeah, the playbook. Well, we already.
No, but even still, like Jay posted so much shit that was getting deleted for a long time. But that had to have been people reporting it, but. Who the fuck are those people? Like, how can somebody report your post and get it taken down? How is that okay? Just because they don't like what you're saying? Fuck you.
Some of Jay's pro-Trump stuff was getting taken down. It wasn't even racist or whatever.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, can't say something about the President of the United States.
SJWs. Social Justice Warriors. PC Police. Libtards. That's why I hate when they call me a libtard. Fuck a liberal. Fuck them.
Well, they're going to call you that more now because you said.
Yeah, I don't care. You know me. I don't give a shit what any of these idiots think. It's just amazing, man. We live in a fucked up world right now.
Brainwashing from day one.
Yeah, but you see how Hamburg was. He was scared to even talk about the politics in Sweden.
He held
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he held back a lot.
Yeah, man.
That's scary.
Shit.
When we all went out to dinner, we talked about a whole bunch of stuff with Sweden and PEDs and all that. But when he was here, he made it very clear.
Sounds like he's behind the Iron Curtain. It's scary.
He did not want to cross over a certain line when it came to talking about, and we respected that. We didn't. Yeah, that's how. We didn't push it.
Imagine living like that. We sit here and talk about whatever the fuck we want, but, you can't do that everywhere.
Well, you go to Cuba and you do that, and you're a Cuban citizen, you're being tortured in re-education camp. There's torture goes on not too far from where we're at now.
90 miles away.
Re-education camps, they call it.
Believe that shit? What do you think everybody wants to come here? But still, they still have it. It's not completely, free to say what you want. There's always consequence, in one way or another.
The jump ropes the guy from Sweden gave Hamburg to give us are still sitting on the table from last week. Safe to say they will not be used.
I want to fucking go. I want to bring scissors to the gym, and whoever's jumping rope, when they go to put their rope down, just cut the fucking rope.
I'm just gonna bring these and throw them into the training area. I'll let someone use them.
I want to use them for the barbecue. Get some bondage going on.
You want to get tied up?
Or tie somebody else up.
All right.
Is Jason going to that?
Maybe you have to tie Jason up.
I think he's coming.
Or maybe even Brad to make him rim somebody. Forced rimming.
I will never rim a hooker. I'm not rimming anybody.
Just a hooker?
You rimmed a hooker.
So you'd rim anything but. I
I'm
got you on
I'm
that.
not eating any ass of any kind of human being.
Rimming a hooker.
I would never rim. I don't want to say never.
Genesis
But
Lopez. You wouldn't rim her.
Who?
Genesis Lopez. I sent him a picture or two of her.
Who's Genesis Lopez?
I'll show you.
You wouldn't rim her.
That's why I said I can't say never.
Even when you're drunk, which is quite often.
Only on the weekends, Leonard.
Huh.
Let me see if I can find her now. Yeah, speaking of that fucking personal training shit, this fucking LA Fitness crap.
Was that the one we talked about last week or something?
Maybe that's one.
Is this a real woman?
Is that a Freudian slip?
Don't answer a question with a question, Lenny.
Pretty sure it is.
No, it's
Jesus. Yeah, it's just not even fucking normal. Yeah. Andrew's going to have to go rub one out.
Why don't you rub each other out right here?
You sick fuck. You
Let
would
me
actually
see.
like to see that.
Yeah.
Let me see.
We can do some autoerotic asphyxiation with the jump rope.
Yep, that's her.
Anyway, me and Andrew had a fucking little confrontation with this asshole trainer at the fucking LA Fitness this past week.
Oh, I did first, and you did the next day.
Yeah, there's nobody in that personal training section. Nobody. And I was doing those rack pulls, and I was doing a little bit of triceps, doing that machine right through the, it's right on the other side of where the fucking cage is. Nobody's in there. The guy comes all the way from across the gym. You can't be in here. I'm like, why not? I'm like, why not? There's nobody in. This is for personal trainers only. I'm like, nobody's in here, man. What's the difference? It's a machine. The rope is down. Who gives a shit? He's like, well, that's why this area looks like this. I'm like, that's management's problem. I don't give a shit. I don't bring any of this crap in here. He's like, well, you're not supposed to be in here. I said, listen, I pay my membership. I'm going to work out wherever I want in this fucking gym. Oh, yeah, you think so, huh? You think so? And he walks away. But he can go train his fucking geriatrics on all the machines that we fucking use. But we can't go then get your fucking old geezer and bring him in there.
Yeah,
why the
true.
fuck are you using the
And
equipment
hold
in the
up
main gym?
Yeah.
Right, doing 100 reps.
Get the fuck out of here.
I've been there prime time with people there. Everybody's going in there.
Yeah. Well, no. Now when that guy's there, he goes in there. Oh fuck, he's there in the mornings. He's not there in the afternoon. He goes in there and kicks everybody out. He kicked somebody out today when we were standing.
Oh, did
there.
he?
Yeah. Well, one guy was trying to go in there. You're not supposed to go in there. He gave him like a lecture.
I wasn't even doing anything in there. I was in between sets, and I was just hanging from the pull-up bar to stretch out my back.
Yeah.
And I hear this voice behind me say, "Are you working in here with a personal trainer?" And I didn't. I turned around. I'm like, "Are you talking to me?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "No." I said, "I'm stretching in between sets." Well, you're not supposed to be in here unless you're working with I was the only person in there, just like with Brad. I was like, "You're joking, right? You can't be serious right now." He goes, "No, you need to get out." Okay.
That takes a cake.
Well, I said to him, I said, just keep in mind, that works both ways. When you're training somebody, you keep it confined in there. Don't,
No, he won't do that.
Don't hold up the equipment that we want to use in the free weight area with your client. Keep him in your little cage. And he didn't say anything.
I could see if it was his gym.
Right, but that's another thing. It's not entirely his fault. It's management's fault for letting him fucking behave like that. Yeah. And it's the gym design. That if you want a personal training section just for personal trainers to use, put it in a fucking room where nobody can see.
But you know what?
There's plenty of room in that motherfucker.
Some rules in life, in the gym, out of the gym, need to be loosely enforced.
Correct.
Pick and choose your spots when you're going to enforce
That's
a rule.
a golden statement.
That's like pulling someone over because they're going 70 miles an hour at 3 a.m. and there are no other cars on the road. I mean, there's no one else in the area. If someone's doing something in there, don't break their balls.
Just like finding
Give
a
me
little
break.
weed on certain somebody
That's
late
like
at night.
that's someone who's got a
Giving
heart.
them a break. You know,
Yeah, of course. Let them go.
certain somebody.
But you're right. I mean, if there's nobody, I can understand if they're trying to train people in there. I wouldn't go in there.
No, definitely
there's
not.
nobody in the motherfucker, and I
Yeah.
want to use that machine that's right there. I'm gonna fucking use it. I don't care. You can kick me out every day if you want. You don't own this fucking gym. You're a fucking $8 an hour trainer. Go
he's-
suck a dick.
Don't write a check your ass can't cash, boy.
He's got some weird hard on for that. I guess he's trying to enforce that policy now because maybe it was never enforced at all in the past. But just pick and choose your spots a little more intelligently when you're going to enforce that.
Yeah, that's another. I
stupid.
said another thing to him too, because Chris was standing there when I said, I'm like, the whole gym has got shit everywhere, man. What the fuck's the difference? They don't put anything back. And he wants to go in there and straighten up his personal training
LA
area,
Fitness.
Yeah.
but he doesn't show his clients how to
First 2
re-rack
years
their
in
fucking
business,
weight.
they were impeccable.
Yeah.
Now they're all clubs are all turning to this shit.
No, because the trainers are lazy. They don't do nothing. They train their people. They don't even show them how to put fucking weights back. I've watched trainers do that shit where they're training their people and they just walk away with leaving the fucking weights on. Fuck you. Idiots. They're fucking idiots. But, like I said, if they're not getting paid dick, so they're definitely not going to do any extra
Doesn't
work.
matter. That's what you signed up for.
Exactly.
You do your
No,
job.
I agree.
If you don't like it, leave. You don't want to work there.
But again, that's management's fault because there's no manager there to tell them, hey, look, teach your clients how to put weights away.
Well, that's communism. Everybody getting a small rate of money. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to incentive-based raises and perks? Companies don't do that anymore.
Based on performance.
Yes.
Some companies do. Get a union job, Leonard.
I didn't think union jobs did that.
You get raises.
Performance for good performance?
No, just cost
That's
of
what I'm-
living
yeah,
adjustment.
That's what I'm speaking about. Those fat porch monkey bitches are going to drag ass on their job if you're busting ass, knowing they're going to get the same pay,
Well,
which they do,
there's a lot of that.
because that's their.
It's not just fat porn. There's guys
Oh,
that are
yeah.
in better shape than me that can't do their whole route because they're just they can get away with not doing it.
Well, when you say
Because guess what? And this is when I was a shop steward and I have to defend people because some people don't work the way others work. I'd have to, use that example. Okay, let's line everybody up in this office outside and we'll have a foot race. Is everybody going to finish the same time? No. So how are you going to tell me that this guy's can move as fast as this person?
That's a good point, Brad. It's very.
You can't. And they could never,
when you say a person doesn't finish his route, does that mean some people just don't get their mail that day?
No, other people have to do it.
Why? What's their? What do they walk?
No,
by?
everybody gets their mail every day.
What do they say? I'm tired. I can't do
No,
it.
just doesn't move that fast.
But are they looked at?
If we
to
actually,
see what's
if I actually work,
how they can improve themselves? I mean,
no,
I
they
heard
never do.
UPS,
That's the thing. They
They
don't
have
do
their
that shit.
drivers
No.
walk
All
in straight lines, certain way to the truck
No.
to minimize step stake and all these little
Yeah,
intricacies.
That's smart. We don't do any of that shit. They go out with us once a year to follow us on our route and
that's
see how we're
management,
doing
You
it.
said that's
Yeah,
management's problem.
exactly.
Just like when you're in the gym. Did you eat the right thing before the workout? Did you inject the right things? Did you get doing the right things as far as the routine goes? You have to look at every variable of your life if you want to be successful. You got to look at the successful people, copy what they do, and say, hey, how I can be more efficient than that? How could I be better than that? Just like I do. What do I say when I'm at home? What's the most productive thing I could be doing right now?
Right.
Sleeping.
Not cleaning.
Right
that's
after
for sure.
that, eating. You got to use the bathroom. That's a must. Drink water. But then, water's another thing. If I can put down more water than the other guy, I'm going to be bigger. As long as I'm eating the right food.
Yeah, we're all taught that way. No matter what job you have, be the best at it you can fucking be.
Because it'll carry over into other
That's
parts
it.
of your
Even
life.
if you're fucking washing dishes at a restaurant, or
Right.
if you're
And
fucking
your job is
shoveling
you
shit,
take
mopping
that-
floors in the hospital.
You take that most seriously. Because without your job, you're nothing. I'm serious. And that goes for people, too, that have religious beliefs. You can pray all you want. You don't become efficient and the best you can be and the best of what the company wants, Forget about the best you can be. What does the company want? And think along their terms.
Within reason.
Well, you set your own standards. My standards, when I go to work, eyes, hands, and feet, they're always moving.
Well,
It
there's
never
an
stops.
there's an old saying like
I don't care what the other person's doing. Again, in the gym, I don't care what the fuck they're doing.
if you can lean, you can clean.
Well, if you
You
can.
ever hear that? And people are just standing around leaning against the wall.
Right. But at home, if I could sleep, I won't clean. And I haven't. And so far, it hasn't negatively affected me. And it's actually better. I can't get any girls to come over, so fuck it. I don't need to be fornicating. And right now, the way I feel, I just want to get through day to day. Train, eat, sleep. Learn. Learn on the internet. Learn. Listen to the lectures. The scientific lectures.
Feed your mind and body.
Yes. I mean,
Say
women are
knowledge.
good. Women,
Knowledge is power, right, Leonard?
yeah, and sexual transmutation, use that as motivation.
These cliche terms.
Sexual transmutation.
Oh, I met a nice, big, thick, light-skinned black girl that was strong at Planet Fitness on Saturday. She's about close to 6 feet tall, big, thick, strong, and powerful. She may be Haitian or Jamaican.
She a high yellow?
Something like that, yeah. She big shoulders, big ass, and as she was walking out of the gym, I was standing outside drinking my post-workout drinks. I said, "You look great." She goes, "Oh, so do you." I said, "Let's get married. We have great kids." "Oh, I'm afraid to get married."
You said that
I
right
said,
away.
"We make big, strong
she
children."
gave him one compliment. He's
She
already
says,
proposing.
She goes, I said, "I want to talk to you about that next time I see you." I said, "Yeah."
Oh, nice.
Big.
Did you find out when she
strong.
goes?
Not masculine. Big tits, big ass,
Nice.
big, powerful.
She might want to reproduce.
Where
with
she
her.
was doing, she
You're
was
gonna
doing
have to get
75-pound dumbbell rows.
You're gonna have to get
No
off all that
juice,
shit.
nothing.
You're gonna have to get off all that
What
shit.
was she doing with 75-pound?
75-pound one-arm dumbbell rows, 10 reps.
No
Big.
shit.
Big and strong, yes.
How tall was she?
Close to 6 feet tall. Well, probably over 200 pounds, but thick and hard.
75-pound dumbbell rows?
Yeah.
And it's a woman?
Oh, yeah.
Good for her.
No juice, just a big,
Damn.
strong, probably Haitian, light skin.
Light skin Asian.
Kind of could probably whoop your ass. You know,
You'd love that.
I don't know sometimes, but I'm just thinking about the Ruby.
And what about it? You'll be the
Now,
only
must
one.
be
You'll
some
be the
certain
only one
someone
competing.
doesn't have the guts to do it. Go check with your doctors first.
He doesn't have the health. You stupid.
Check with them next time and see if you even have a pulse there. You know who, and I won't say any names. Your team of doctors, just like your team of personal trainers, you can't move until 10 cookie cutters give you the okay.
Everyone's favorite music to listen to at the gym. I hate the gym music.
I couldn't care less what music is.
I don't either. I just zone. I don't like having earbuds in, headphones on, none of
Yeah,
that
me
shit.
neither.
I don't like having anything in my pockets.
It helped
Just-
Andrew Calora.
Really?
He always liked to have his favorite
I
metal
can't.
going.
I don't.
I enjoyed his leg press videos. They're pretty
I
good.
just go in there and I
You could
tune
tell he
out
had that
that.
look on his face.
I tune out that shit music that's playing in there and just work out.
The old World Gym actually played good music. Well, when it was Delray Fitness, it did. If you
Yeah, they used to play Dio, all those classics.
go back and watch the old videos from like between 2000 and maybe 11
Yeah.
to 2013, and they played good music there.
Yeah. Christina, where are you? Come out, wherever you are.
She's hiding somewhere very far, far away, Leonard.
She's up in my attic.
I hope you're taking good care of her.
Put the lotion in the fucking basket. It's in your fucking pit in the backyard. Did Rob call Lenny a pedo and a sick individual?
He called him a sick individual, but I don't remember him calling him a pedo.
Well, you are a sick
What's that, Rob?
individual.
After you found me with one of your kids straddling my face,
Oh my God.
and you didn't have the balls to put a bullet in my head?
You went fucking low on that one, Leonard. Jesus, that's like a Jay Masters response to somebody. I'm sorry.
Thanks for the shirt, though.
This is funny. Granny Figs. Uno question for De Jewish or Mr. Brad. Per favor, pick me Medicina from Walgreens. Puto Nate leave to Nueva York to see Leech Novia. This Granny Figs.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Is that really her, that picture?
No, Leonard, that's somebody.
No, I think the picture is her.
The pictures
but
are.
it's
a
not
nice
really
smile.
her.
Oh. You a fucking gilf now? Grandma like to fuck. Tell Lenny to go in the ghetto and say those racist remarks if he's such a tough guy.
Oh.
I better stop reading these questions. Jesus.
Your mother, aunt, sister, and grandma probably licked my ass after smoking their crack back in the day.
Boy.
In the ghetto. That's a real scary place.
Might have to edit out that N-word.
You bring in 2 police officers in a cop car, out come the fucking camera phones because everyone's such a cookie cutter in fear of their lives. Boy, you get 2 fucking white cops take down a whole ghetto these days, don't you? Puts them to their knees.
Let me change the subject quickly. For Lenny, how does one cope with anxiety and overthinking on a daily basis?
If you even think those thoughts, put a bullet in your head. Life's too short for that nonsense.
Don't kill
Anxious
yourself,
about
kid.
what?
Listen.
Get out there, set your
He's
goals, and
obviously-
live
let
your
me-
life, and quit thinking
Look,
about
man,
your.
He's a young fucking kid.
Well, now's the time to
Let
do
me
it, you
see
little
him.
bastard.
Don't tell him to put a
Stop
bullet
with
in his
the
head.
anxiety and shit. That word shouldn't even enter your mind.
He looks like an emo, like, you know.
Get the thought out of your mind.
Listen, let me finish reading it. I'm having those issues daily, and they are affecting my life tremendously since I can't turn my brain off or stop thinking about negative things. Would like to hear your input.
Well, number
I don't
one,
know-
you're
you
probably
don't wanna
on a
hear his
serious
input.
note. You're on too many negative people. It's coming from your loved ones, and you got to get away from them. You get away from that. If that means move it out, do it.
Get a hold of some good chronic. Smoke a little herb.
Don't even let
relieve
that enter your
anxiety.
mind. Don't let it enter your mind.
If he can't quote unquote turn his brain off, it sounds to me like he might need some antipsychotic meds.
You go on the YMC.
Anxiety and overthinking. I think we all overthink at times. We have all done it. You just have to fucking.
I have a friend in New York. He would be up for 4 or 5 days at a time because every single night when he would try to go to sleep and close his eyes, his brain would just
Wouldn't let him sleep.
right. He couldn't shut his brain off.
Well, that's what this kid's
I
saying.
think that
Yeah.
might have been a dietary issue.
He tried
Maybe a
Xanax,
medicine.
everything.
Really?
That's a,
And you know what? Actually, the people that are most anxious have the least to be anxious about.
Yeah, no shit.
When
Usually.
you're living in a hellhole in a third world, and your basic goal in the morning is like if you're living in Haiti, and you got to get a pail of water.
You're
from
worried
a
about
well,
where your next
and
meal's coming
you got to
from.
walk
Yeah.
50, 30
But see,
miles
people
to
don't
get-
think like that. They don't care.
Well,
It's
their
not-
life is too easy, and that's
yeah.
the key. You don't have anything to give you anxiety. Everything handed to you. And actually, your body has been built to crave those emotions, to crave fear, to crave danger, the feeling of hunger, the feeling of thirst. When you have instant gratification every part of your life, that's when you have problems. Your brain starts to be off kilter. You need to get out and get, even if it's okay, everything's handed to us now. Go out there and start a business.
Get a hobby.
That'll give you something to think
get a
about.
fucking hobby.
like you always say, Lenny, get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yes. Go up and hit on a girl. Challenge a guy. That's what we used to do. I told Kalora. We come in the gym. We weren't feeling kind of sluggish or whatever. Go hit on that girl. Find the hottest girl. Go tell her what you want to love her. Tell her this and that. Tell her whatever.
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen? You get
3
smacked or
three
kicked
out
out
of
of the
10,
gym.
we got a positive response, which is almost like I said, 3 out of 10, you're hitting 300. We go up to the biggest guy in the gym, do a set, point at him, that's for you. And we did that many times. And it was a guy who was a martial artist, and his brother's trainer was there. He's like, I don't give a fuck who he is. Like I saw Mike Piazza in the gym. I said, "Hey, Piazza, you pussy."
Oh, I remember when he trained at the Old World Gym.
Yeah.
Yep.
His manager's like, "He's not even worth it." I said, "Not even worth it." I said, "Fuck, I'll end your career, or you go step outside with me." I was 400 pounds. Of course, that didn't work with the great New York Yankee, Paul O'Neill.
Yeah, Paul O'Neill lived down
We're
here
squatting
too.
500
I
pounds
saw him
each.
at La Bamba when we used to eat lunch at La Bamba.
He was at our
Coming
Old
in.
World Gym once with his son.
Oh, I think I remember that
Remember
too.
that?
Yeah, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
talking to him about A-Rod and steroids. He was actually very approachable and conversational.
Well, he tried to squat the same thing me and Calora were doing without even warming up. Got under the weight. Had to bend down a lot because he's tall. 5 plates on his back, and they start falling off the bar.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thinking to myself, you could ruin your career. Why the fuck would you try this and not even warm up? Just get under 500 pounds. That's pretty stupid. Baseball players are, for the most part, stupid. Much more stupid than football players. Probably on the same level as... Well, basketball players are the stupidest. Or the most stupid.
They're also the richest.
Not for long. For a brief window until the IRS
shit.
and their child support.
NBA money
And
is
their
out of control.
taste for cookie cutter. I saw a documentary where there's this jeweler in Miami that makes grills for these porch monkeys' teeth. I think it's a necklace or even like gold teeth or whatever. And it cost $250,000. And all his clients were porch monkeys. There's like 25 of them. Rick Ross being one of them, some fat cookie cutter slob that somebody told I look like.
What?
Some fat
Yeah,
bitch.
you look just like him.
Yeah, fuck you.
DJ Khaled or whatever. What do you think about Kanye West? Somebody asked.
He's a smart guy. Tries to be.
Oh, now he's a smart guy because he supports Trump. Huh?
Well, that is smart.
Okay.
That is smart.
I don't know if it's a smart business move for him.
Well,
But
who would you
it's
support?
It's not like he has. You got to stay out of that shit.
No, you don't.
Politics and religion. What the fuck? If you're somebody that like that,
In the 90s and the 80s.
because I guarantee
yes.
you, most of his fans
But now you want
are
to stand
very
out and be
pissed off
popular.
about that.
You stick,
But he doesn't need the money. So
you
you're
stick
right.
your nose right into the controversy.
Yeah, be
That's
who
a
you want.
fact.
I don't like his clothing and shit, but hey, whatever.
Why you wear it?
No, it's, who do you think started that trend with the tight ripped jeans, the
Some
taper?
porch monkey.
Him. I think it's with those shirts that are like long in the front, long in the back kind of shirts. What do they call?
He's
them?
the one who started
I
that with
think
those
so.
pants.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
think
if he starts it, what does that mean? People start doing the same thing?
Yeah.
That's a cookie
That's
cutter,
his
if you
idiots.
ask me.
That's the idiots of
You
this
actually
planet.
think I'm going to start
We saw
wearing
kids-
some
what-
because some
we-
cookie cutter wears it?
You should have seen it. The guy we saw in the gym this morning. We thought it was a fucking joke.
Yeah.
What this guy was wearing, Leonard.
Should have took a pic.
I know.
We thought it was someone doing like, who had a YouTube channel, like, a Cassidy Campbell style YouTube channel
Never heard
where,
of it.
well,
Exactly.
And that's the way the guy was dressed. He looked like he was straight off like the Jersey Shore, a big gold chain, a hat backwards,
What the fuck are you wearing a gold chain to the gym?
tattoos all over his neck.
Why don't you just wear a shirt that says, I have no brains, I have no balls, I am a cookie cutter?
Right, exactly. I got to follow everybody else's trends.
Much
No
more
matter.
easy.
Don't worry about being comfortable with the clothing you're wearing, but you got to look cool. It doesn't matter if you're comfortable or not. You fucking moron.
I don't get it anymore. I really don't.
It's terrible, man, what this world comes to. But if you look back in time, every decade, there's different styles.
Every decade you
know
had
what?
cookie cutters.
Look at the
You done.
80s.
Some
Look at
you
the
didn't.
80s with the hair bands. They were wearing makeup and teasing their hair up like women. And what the fuck was that? And people thought it was cool. Like, what the fuck? Wearing like
Yeah,
tight
like-
leather pants and jump kicking in the air on stage. Oh, what the fuck, man? Look back at that shit. And people are going to look back at this era with the jogger pants and the fucking stupid sneakers and shit and be like,
Well,
what the
put it on
fuck?
their gravestone. I have no brains, I have no balls, I'm a cookie cutter. And a follower and a sheep. Which is what I thought Brad was the first time with the tattoos and stuff. I had to get him with the sheep. There's still a lot of sheepishness to that.
What you get for thinking?
Good save, Lenny.
Yeah. Not like Bad pouring a gallon of beer on your carpet.
That was a quarter of a beer, asshole. You can't drink or smoke during podcasts anymore. I lose my mind.
I don't drink or smoke during any time. How about that?
Congratulations. Do you kneel? Do you kneel during the national anthem, Leonard?
I do whatever the hell I want to. Why? Because I'm not a cookie cutter.
Ask Lenny who his favorite general in history is and why.
General Bradoff Schindler.
There you go.
I'd have to say Erwin Rommel, the Africa Corps.
You ever hear
Because he had brains and he had balls, and he wasn't afraid to tell Corporal Hitler
I think the guy's
how
name
to
was
run a military campaign.
Smedley Butler. Lenny, why don't you and Jay tag team Ringworm Nate? Oh, God.
King Ringworm.
Yeah, well, Jason stole your pinworm and is using it for his fucking dope out there in California.
How about Nate the pockmarked pinworm?
Once Jason started doing all these shout-outs for money, he stopped with all the pinworm shit with that guy Average Rich. I haven't seen him do one of those in a while.
This might seem like an obvious one, but did you dopes know the reason why Tony Hughes' channel was taken down was because his persona doctor, as you idiots call him, and his advice are illegal. You can't give advice like him and have doctor anywhere near it. He's not a doctor, you morons.
Is it illegal to do that?
Who knows?
Isn't
Well- We'll segue into one of our sponsors, Dr. Tony Hughes, an enhanced athlete. Go tune into his channel, Anabolic TV. Tony Hughes has good information.
What qualifies someone as a doctor?
Isn't Bill Cosby a doctor?
Well, if you have a PhD, you're called doctor, but a PhD is nothing more than a research degree. As far as I'm concerned, you shouldn't be called a doctor. You shouldn't be called a doctor if you're a PhD, if you're a chiropractor, if you're a psychologist.
Well, that's this guy's point. He's not a doctor. Why do you call him a doctor? It's a thing. It's a
It's a shtick.
Right. I mean, come on.
Well, was he
get over yourself.
Was he giving medical advice
steroids
in his old videos?
Steroids. PED advice. Which the guy does his research. He knows his shit. Go watch his channel. You guys might be enlightened. Before you start using shit, it's good to research, and you should be happy that there's guys like that out there. Because shit, I mean, me and Leonard were talking about it on the way here. Like nowadays, with YouTube and all this shit, everything is right at your fingertips. I wish we had this shit when we were kids. You find out a lot of fucking information.
I remember I had a leak on the roof of my house, and I watched a YouTube video to learn how to fix it. I took a ladder, I went up on the roof of my house, and I fixed a damn leak because of a video I researched on YouTube how to fix a leaking PVC pipe that goes into the house.
Right. Instead of getting charged $3,000 by some asshole that would have taken 10 minutes.
Well, I'll tell you what. Before I went up on the roof and fixed it myself, the HOA here had 2 different roofing companies come and try to fix it, and it kept leaking. And right over there, I kept getting a brown spot on my ceiling every time there'd be a torrential downpour. I went up, I did it myself based on a YouTube video, and in the 4 years since, it hasn't leaked once.
There you go.
So, you're right about YouTube.
Right. He may not be a doctor, but he knows his shit about steroids.
And health.
Yeah. This guy obviously has
Can you think of
an axe to grind.
healthier looking, smarter guy pushing 40 in history? I can't.
You see what happened to that guy? What's his name? Callum Von... What's his name?
Callum Von Moger.
The one who...
Didn't he fall off a cliff or some shit?
Well, he tore his bicep doing this silly stunt where they put 2 45-pound plates on each side of a bar. And him and a buddy of his, so it was 2 people curling the bar. It's on YouTube. He tore his bicep. And I guess after that recovered, he did a video where he was going to rappel down a cliff by the ocean for whatever reason. And he started rappelling down the cliff, and he didn't do it right. You want to be perpendicular to the cliff. And he lost his footing, and you can actually audibly hear his knee pop.
No shit.
I think he tore his patella tendon, dislocated his kneecap, and I think he also retore the same bicep in the process.
Sorry, can't feel bad for you, pal.
Maybe he's just doing he's into sick pain fetish, and he likes tearing stuff up and putting it on camera and gets off on it.
What the fuck are you rappelling down the side of a mountain?
I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here.
I have, when it comes to that kind of shit.
I don't feel bad for anybody that gets hurt doing that extreme shit, dude. No, I'm sorry.
I have they think they call it the thrill-seeking gene. I do not have that at all, and I'm thankful that I don't. I don't want to bungee jump. I don't want to skydive. I don't want to rappel down a mountain.
Go 120 miles an hour in a car.
No, thank you.
Right.
No interest.
Me neither.
He even got scared on the link in Vegas. It's like a big.
Well, I don't like heights.
He was like
What is
standing
it, like
in
an
a
amusement park?
It's behind the Flamingo Hotel. It's a big like.
It's like a Ferris wheel.
But
Yeah.
they're pods. You could fit like 10 or 15 people in them, and it goes up to like over
500 feet.
500 feet. You can see all of Vegas. It's real. It's nice scenery.
Yeah, I'm not into that
But
either.
He wouldn't go near the fucking.
It's
thing.
all glass, so
Yeah.
you can walk right to the edge,
And
to the
see
edge, and
straight
look
down.
straight down. And I
Couldn't do it.
I'm with you.
Brad,
She was sitting in the middle. She was too scared of that shit too.
Who's she?
Catrice.
I thought he was talking about me for a second.
Her too.
Yeah. And again, it doesn't really prove anything. The machine's doing all the work.
Yeah, but if that's just for viewing, but like people that go swimming with sharks and shit, like I can't feel bad for you if you're gonna
No.
get bit, buddy. What the fuck?
Did you see that story online about that couple that was off the coast of Florida? They were newlyweds in a smaller sized boat, a speedboat, and they were getting followed for an hour by 5 or 6 killer whales. And these whales were coming out of the water like dolphins, almost to where they're like feet apart from them. Keeping up with the speedboat, jumping over the speedboat. I mean,
Did they film
3
it?
or 4, yes. Well, there's footage on it. 3,000 to 4,000 pounders. And, you could get a pack of killer whales. What's going to happen at the end? They're going to eat you. But they actually made it to shore. But that, they seemed kind of playful at the time. But to me, that was following you for an hour.
Is that
Keeping up.
Is that curiosity on the animal's part, or is that them?
They see that
Little bit of both.
They see that they're playful because they see them in SeaWorld and
But killing, and they've killed people.
There's a reason why they call them killer whales.
Right. And to have 3 or 4
Well, they
of
killed
them,
that trainer at SeaWorld. That one worker did.
I mean, that was kind of playful. That was off. But,
Yeah.
they get their jaws in you. They're worse than a shark. Trust me. And keeping up with it over an hour, imagine they're tailing you like that.
Yeah, I'm not a big
I'd scare the fuck out of
sea
me.
person. I don't like going on deep sea fishing.
I don't either.
I get
I
seasick, but
It's like
I
me.
have
What's
no
the
interest.
point? I don't need to go fast. I don't need a motorcycle. I need none of that shit.
I'm with you 100%.
I'll stick with the trannies from time to time. You with me on that?
that's
Little
where you
piss
get
drinking.
that's where you get your adrenaline rush.
Yeah, I
Little
guess.
piss drinking.
Being
Different strokes for different folks.
That's
if you
it.
guys.
Yeah. Hey, to each his own. But
Dale
don't
likes
expect
getting-
don't expect people to feel bad for you when you jump out of a plane and
no.
your chute fails. You shouldn't be jumping out of a motherfucking plane.
Dale
pal.
likes getting in his truck and going 90 miles an hour. Hey, hopefully he's smartened up from that incident.
I'm sure he has. Maybe. I don't know. 45 Dale. 45 times 2. He wants a shirt that says, "What do you think about that, Dale?" on the back. It has your face on the front.
Good idea.
I told him we'll make him one. I don't think those will sell.
Oh, they will.
Think so?
Anything sells.
He wants that one, the 700-pound rip shirt with you on the front with that. What do you
Good.
think?
It'll
about
motivate
that?
him.
Yeah.
Knowing that I'm so much bigger than him. He's lucky I don't have a job. I'd be much bigger.
What do you mean you don't have a job?
At least if I didn't have a job, then I could eat, sleep, and
Oh,
lift.
I gotcha.
That's why I'd love to live in that gym we make, where I go nowhere but to the grocery store.
We got to get on that.
Nowhere but to the grocery store.
Did anyone ever call the real estate place for the old world?
We'll
Gym?
speak to Lou next week on it. We'll press him a little bit.
Yeah. Well, he said he's real busy right now, but it's something he definitely
Yeah,
wants.
buying
He
expensive
said,
watches.
He said he definitely wants to do it, so I think he's game.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll do a Captain Kickstarter too. Help out to buy some equipment.
John told me he knows I call him that. He said he was dying laughing.
Good.
Any word on the cat abandoner coming on the podcast?
He didn't want to come on.
He would.
here.
I don't think he would come on here.
He put his one testicle in your mouth. All right, what other topics do we got to hit this week? What do we forget to talk about? Leonard's birthday, we talked about that.
18.
We should have got you a cake.
18.
This faggot.
Christina's birthday's coming up
Here's
June
a
8th.
faggot that commented, "Stop hiding behind calling people oversensitive as an excuse to say anything. People can take a joke, but some shit just goes too far."
Like what?
What does that mean? I don't get that.
It means go follow some other channel, you pussy.
Yeah, what goes too far is somebody's dick up your ass.
Or down your throat, you fucking homo. How can a man like Lenny take so many steroids and still manage to look worse than a sack of shit? 0 legs, huge gut, saggy triceps, and bitch tits. How?
Shit. Come to me in person, see how small my
That's
legs
from
are.
Eric Salazar.
Hey, Miss Salazar, I get a hold of you with my leg strength. I'll plow you into the ground. You'll be the first man pregnant when I get done with you.
That shit is pretty good.
That has caffeine in it?
No, this is called Celsius. No sugar, no preservatives. I don't know. It's pretty good though.
Something happened to the sound. I can't. There's no audio all of a sudden. Say something.
1 2 1 2.
No, I got.
Well,
no,
it's going.
weird. It's going, but I can't hear it in the headphones.
Maybe your headset is unplugged. Go ahead, say something real fucked up, Leonard. Just because I don't think we're recording anyway.
Dale Chance is going to be bigger than me.
Ask Lenny if there's any steroids that don't cause hair loss. It's going because you could see the thing's going up.
It's weird.
Is this thing?
Yeah. The anabolics, typically, the least effective types. And thanks for the tip. I'm getting off the SARMs. Jay Mastert always mentioned how you won't want your receptors occupied. And you sure as hell don't want a weaker compound occupying and blocking out the good stuff. So I'm going to take that month and a half off, see how it goes. Stick with that heavy dose D-ball.
Heavy dose of D-ball. Oh, ask Lenny what his thoughts. Hillary Clinton. Did you try that doll?
Yeah, couldn't get a hard on.
I'm sure her husband couldn't either. I'm sure.
Well, so that name, please get out of history and out of relevance. She's almost like a rapper to me. It doesn't exist. And a step above that much is an NBA.
You actually
player.
tried to fuck that doll, though?
Yeah, it's very unappealing.
Trust me, the whole Democratic Party feels the same way about her. They'd love for her to just go the fuck away.
Do you know who Captain Spaulding is, Leonard?
Yes, the clown that I look like. Well, get me on the new episode of it. The guy's getting old. You want a better, improved Captain Spaulding.
It's weird.
Wonder why that's not going. It looks like it's working, though. Maybe the headset.
Anything in the headphones anymore. It's like.
Do you have another set of headphones?
This thing is such a piece of shit anyway.
Oh, I got to give you that shit that's in the car from
All right.
our boy Aaron. Let me see. I fucking missed one. Are you still following Palumbo's protocol for your stomach?
Yes, I need to contact him. I need some of that fiber lines.
Well, you have
I
his number.
tried-
Call his fucking number.
I gotta get his number. That's I use Citracel. That stuff bloats your stomach. It's horrible. Dave's Fiberlize beats every over-the-counter commercial fiber supplement on demand.
And you have no more of it?
No, I ran out quite a while ago. Trying to substitute it with a can of Citracel. Boy, does that screw me up.
You have his number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sure, give it
Yeah,
to
I
you.
need to get it. I gotta get a few things from him.
They said they need more T-shirts of Lenny 700. We have T-shirts. Check the site. Maybe not your size, but there's shirts. DelrayMisfitsGear.com. We plug everybody else's shit. We don't plug our own shit. How's that?
Yeah.
We have shirts. We're waiting. We're gonna once we get these sold. We have a new print we're gonna make. They're working on that one now. We'll let you guys know. We'll do a pre-sale on those. Andrew jumped on Skittles. Dude is looking jacked.
I am.
That's what they said.
I'm just getting fat because
You gotta talk about Calora. I don't know if he's on the real things. He was on the SARMs, but
Let's see.
with this bum leg, I can't train legs and I can't do cardio, so I'm actually putting on a few unwanted pounds.
Somebody asked when there's going to be more episodes. We don't know. He asked Lenny. We talked about Palumbo's neighbor and fucking I don't know how many other podcasts.
Someone's asking about that now?
I know. It's like Jesus Christ. Look at how long this Beat Torres' fucking question is.
Yeah, he sent me that earlier. He sent me the exact same thing. It isn't really a question. It's more of just a statement.
Should I even read it?
Nah.
He's just giving you advice.
Yeah, it's not a question.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Yeah,
somebody
he's just
takes
like-
the time to write
I know.
us something so
Talking
long.
about sucking cock.
Yeah.
Lenny's. Let's see. What else do we got? All right. Anything else you want to add to the program, Leonard?
yes.
The
Somebody
program-
please find Christina Broccolini
No.
for me. Please.
Did you use that beard oil I gave you?
Not yet.
Try it out. Get that dandruff out. StashCompany.com. Plug their fucking ass before we get out of here.
New World Nutrition. I'm on the liver cleaner at 150 milligrams of D-ball a day. I'm doing fine, as you can see by my eyes.
You don't look fucking fine.
2 protein shakes a day with oats.
I mean,
200 grams of
Oh, you
New
put-
World Nutrition oatmeal. New World Nutrition protein with oatmeal.
butter shakes?
No.
What do you put in your shake exactly?
Simple. Couple cups of oatmeal and
Plain oatmeal?
3 heaping scoops of New World Nutrition whey isolate.
And what
And
else?
water. That's it.
Just water.
Yeah.
No ice?
No.
Really? No frozen fruit or anything?
No, not really.
Banana?
No.
So 2
I
cups
should.
of oats, 3 scoops
Yeah,
of
it tastes
protein,
good. It's
and
actually
water.
it's unflavored protein, so it.
I know, I have it. It's good. It is good.
I don't like the overpowering sweet taste of protein powder.
Well, there's no need for it. The sweetener is just fucking, that's...
It's for the cookie cutters.
All right.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it. Thanks for getting up today, Leonard. Next
Yeah.
week, and Lou's going to come on next week.
Yep. Mark. And
Some
then hopefully
homework.
Calora will be back down a week after that.
Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend's coming up in 25 days.
Oh, you're counting down days now? Jeez.
I actually took a.
The next time you get
I'll have a
laid.
5-day weekend. I took a weekend off again. So
Oh, you took... Okay, good. So you'll be
I got
off.
Saturday through Tuesday off.
Oh, nice.
But that's my
I'll
last.
be working Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
No
yeah.
shit.
Yep. I'll be working every
I'll be
single
off
day.
Sunday, Monday.
Then after that, I got to start dieting for the Ruby. So that's going to be an all food fest, fuck fest, suck fest.
He's
Baby
not making... I
bird
gotta
fest.
talk to him. I'll make some stuff, too. Help him out.
Make some good footage.
Footage?
Footage.
Oh, footage.
I heard fittage too.
Yeah.
Hey, both.
You're phasing out. All right.
I'm growing.
You're like sleeping with your eyes open.
Growing.
All right, that's it.
All right, we're done.
Are you
folks.
growing, Dale?
Yeah, Dale's growing. His fucking head's growing, like mine.
Yes, a mound of fat's growing around your abdomen and lower back.
Hey, he's still got... Cornelius posted a pic of Dale. He still had 18.5-inch arms.
Wow.
Yeah, for not working out in months.
I met a nice hot girl at the gym with 18-inch arms. What do you think about that, Dale? And she's got a fat pussy.
Not a fat dick. I want to shout out to Cornelius too. I want to thank him for his leg. I'll give you his leg routine he gave me to do. It's working. I feel good.
You feel good. You should feel like shit if he gave you a good routine.
No, but I like the soreness feeling. It's good. It's good.
You're gonna like shrinking too?
I don't think
Training twice a week.
Cornelius has done upper body one single time since he tore his pec. He's still fucking huge.
Yeah, see that?
That's drugs
He's a
for you.
good guy to get
Like-
advice from. He knows his shit, man. Look what he turned that fat little
Jeez.
freak into a nice physique competitor.
That's at best a men's bikini. Why don't you come on stage with me, Cornelius? See if you can get into the super heavyweight class. I'll meet you as a heavyweight. Let's see how big you look next to me. Let's see how big those legs look next to me there.
2019, next year.
I'll be at the Olympia then, but
You'll be dead.
that's what
You'll be dead.
That's why they're
before you're
not
at the
doing it.
Olympia.
That's what they're waiting for.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. So
Hiding up in North Carolina in Mayberry.
Mayberry.
Go to Floyd's barbershop. Get your hair styled, huh, Cornelius?
Cornelius is bald, isn't he?
I think so.
His pussy's bald.
Hey, Bush is coming back. Remember my friend was telling us that?
Yeah.
We were in Vegas. Go, what are you talking about? Bush is coming back.
Yeah.
Like a little bush down there. No, thank you. Clean shaven.
Yeah, I want to shout out some guys I train with up back home. Train with Bill Fatoris.
Bill
Bob
Clitoris?
We used to call him that. Bob Alston and Scott Ramey. Scott, giving a shout out to Big Lenny. Hopefully you guys can contact Scott. Spent many a fun time skipping football practice, lifting weights in your house, and then going home and have my dad kick the shit out of me. But see if he can contact us.
Have your dad kick the shit out of you because you were lifting weights?
No,
and
for
not at
skipping
football?
practice
Oh, tell
to
that
lift weights.
before we go. That story you told me the other night about your dad in the principal's office because you jerking off under the stairs.
No, I didn't get caught doing that, but just, my father always told the principal or the nuns at the Catholic school, he gives you one problem, you call me right at work, I don't care. So my father, I guess, was a general manager at the auto parts company. He could leave at any time he wanted. So he comes in class one time at the Catholic school, has me stand in front of the whole class of about 30 students, berates me, rips into me, saying, oh, these kids in here are learning, you're screwing around or whatever, I'd kick your ass right now. And I'm standing in front of the teacher and the principal's standing there not doing a thing.
And how old were you?
12.
Oh, my
13.
God.
Now the kids are more scared of him than I was, and that was saying something.
So they just shut up and watched them berate you.
Scared to death,
And
yeah.
embarrassed the shit out of you.
Yeah.
No, the other time when the principal or whoever had to
Yeah, we'd
restrain
have
him.
meetings with the superintendent where they threatened to expel me. I thought
Why?
it was
Why were you threatened to be expelled?
in algebra class, I raised my hand and said, is it true if you jerk off too much, your dick will fall off? I don't know why I said that, but so one of the girls in class told her mother, and her mother reported me, and then they went all the way to the superintendent. And I had a meeting at the office in the school district, and my father, after work, and my mother, he didn't know what was going on. So we're sitting at a table like this, sitting across from my father. You got the principal there, superintendent there, my father and my mother and me. And there, he's like, Mr. Person, the reason we called for this meeting was, a complaint from a parent saying that Leonard used some inappropriate language in the classroom her daughter was at. And he said, like what? And he's looking at me. I'm like, he's in his suit coat. And he said, well, apparently Lenny raised his hand and said, if you jerk off too much, your dick fall off. And he looked at me, lunged, jumped over the table onto me, and is wailing away and punching me. And the principal jumped on, my mother jumped on him. The superintendent jumped on. They're trying to hold me back. My nose is bloody. I'm getting pummeled.
And you're laughing.
I mean,
it's a
he
fucking
literally
funny story.
He didn't say a word. He left. Then the rest of the night, I was like, then they spoke to him. They put me in another room. They spoke to my parents, spoke to me, because they didn't want something to happen, off campus. And father didn't talk to me about it since. Didn't talk to me for a week after that.
Jesus.
Didn't even look at me. But yeah, I was jumped right over the table.
How many times was he called to the school?
Well, he's the one that said any little thing, and that's what he got. I don't even remember what the hell I did that was so bad. You got people shooting people now in school.
Did the nuns crack you a few times, or
I was
what?
afraid of them. If you got kicked out of a class, the principal, she was the one. Her name was Sister Alvita, wore the nun outfit or whatever. She had a whistle on a chain around her neck. And she'd walk around with a paddle, where she like people with a gun belt. She had a paddle, big-ass paddle. And if you were standing out in the hallway, she'd run up to you and say, what are you doing out here, whatever, and she'd start wailing on you. And this was before you signed a slip
Praise
saying
the Lord.
it's
Praise
called
the
corporal
Lord.
punishment. You had to get permission to have the students and principal. They were allowed to hit you, but you had to sign a permission slip. This was before they came into that rule. So everyone was getting cracked.
They stopped paddling right before I started going to school.
And that's when all hell broke loose. I hate to say it. No respect. But believe me, the scariest thing to this day was not my father, not my coach, who was 300 pounds, was a 180-pound Catholic nun, ugly as hell.
Of course. That's why she's a nun, because she can't get any dick.
Right. Walking up to you and you did something wrong. Put the fear of God. I am not kidding.
And how long did you go to Catholic school for?
Up till 8th grade. And that's when I did all my learning. I was in the spelling bee. There was lots of Italian girls. Believe me, there was incidences too. I got caught looking at a girl. We were getting scoliosis testing for the back, which I had, where you had to take your shirt off and bend over while the doctor looked at you. They had girls go first and the guys. There was a crack in the wall. And when the girls went, this girl, Lisa Vivino, I'll never forget, we were like probably 12, 13. Just when you start growing tits. Took her shirt off and bent over and his tits were hanging. And I couldn't keep it a secret. I was like telling everyone. She found out. Her parents went to the administration, whatever, and the nuns had me in a room and she beat the shit out of me.
Really?
Yeah.
They just whack your ass or your hands or what?
Some smack you in the face. Like one of the nuns grabbed my face and smacked it against the chalkboard and went like this. And I remember my tears were all over the chalkboard with the chalk.
Praise the Lord.
Somebody put a Playboy picture, like a little centerfold. They found that in one of the lockers. She went nuts. Who brought this garbage into this holy facility, this holy classroom?
Meanwhile, you can beat up children, you fucking cunt.
But I'll tell you the truth, Brad. Those kids listened to her, and they respected her, and they learned.
They didn't respect her. They were afraid of her.
Exactly.
But
there's a
we
difference
learned.
between fear
It's like in the
and
movie
respect.
Bronx Tale. They don't respect him. They fear him.
Right.
But you know what? You were afraid not to learn. Because if you failed at a test, they didn't push you to the side. They made sure you learned it any way possible. And you had to sit in class like this. Hands crossed. No turning around. Obviously no talking, no note passing or anything like that. When I went to public school, kids were passing
fucking
notes.
free for all, yeah.
Girls passing notes. I want to suck your dick, and I'd pass a note. I want to eat your pussy, and then the teacher intercepted it.
And then dad's back in the office,
Right.
beating the shit out of you in front of the principal.
Yeah. And still in fear of me again. But Hey, Dad, those nuns scare me more than you. What do you think about that, Dad? As big as you were, tough as you were, the old ladies, none, scared you.
All right, we got shirts to pack up.
Yeah, we do. All right. On that note, you want to sing us a song going out? Because you know how your father loves how you sing.
He wouldn't let me sing.
All right, that's why we let you here. Feel like it tonight?
Can't even think.
All right, that's fine. We'll let you sing next week.
You can do a duet with Lou.
There you go.
Is Lou, are you going to bring Christina with you with your connections? Adam McLeod, I implore you. Where's Christina?
He's working on it. He's not gonna...
I'd be eternally grateful.
All right, maniacs. Hopefully we answered your fucking questions. Now go stir up some more shit.
I'll see you on stage, Cornelius. Maybe someday you'll grow a testicle or two.
Goodbye.